Hello and welcome to the Metalheads podcast. My name is George.
And this is Buke.
This is Jay.
And we are here today with John Batease and Albert Bourne of Yesterday's Saints. How you guys doing today?
Doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, enjoying a nice DC brown here with you guys.
Exactly.
It's a pleasure, guys.
That's how we roll.
Cheers again.
Cheers.
Yes.
And Jay's holding up his imaginary glass right now. Since he's from the Bay Area, probably Earl Grey tea.
It's his lunch beer.
Lunch beer.
Also, I'm not wearing any pants.
It's a good thing we can't see you right now.
Who says that we're wearing pants?
You only see above the table.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got these guys are actually our first guests in the studio, so thank you for that.
Of course.
Usually I don't have to look you in the eye when I ask you strange questions, so it'll take a little getting used to. But to start things off, for anybody out there that hasn't heard of you guys are from the DC area, and just tell us a little bit about Yesterday's Saints.
Yesterday's Saints, we're a band. We started around 2010, the summer. Whit, the guitarist, and I, the drummer, Albert, got together from the disarray of another band, and we liked what we did.
I'm sorry, would that have been a band that we would have seen around the area?
Possibly. It was a band called Above the Altar.
Okay.
We were around for a couple of years, and that band disbanded, or we left, quit, got fired, however you want to call it. But we wrote really well together, so we hooked up eventually with Matt and another bass player prior to John. And within, 4 months, we were playing our first show, full set, and took off from there, go down the road a little bit. We found John, and now everything's pretty magical. We've written our first full-length album, and we're here sitting with you today.
That album's called Generation of Vipers. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't own this yet, you better fucking go get it. It is killer.
Hey, I got a informational question here. I was looking at your Facebook page and listening to your stuff and everything, and I'm wondering how you came up with the name of your band.
Oh, that
was what, one of Matt's old bands before he, I guess, came up here?
Yeah, it's a short but long story. Originally, we were going to be called something else.
Was it going to be actually called
was it actually going to be called something else?
Exactly. We're introducing something else. I was totally against it. And it was basically a cover band that Matt had been in before. That band disbanded. He had a bunch of merch, and the idea of how the songs were writing and everything, it made sense with the name, but I kind of wanted to just start something from scratch. But eventually, all the other guys won me over, and I was like, actually, it's kind of a cool name. It's a little different than, Bloodbath and Glory or Warmonger or, the beast of...
Yeah. Exactly.
So
Catatonic Society.
The five-word band names that are out now.
Yeah. I wanted Farm Animal Hammer. That's going to be my side project someday.
Yes. But I have to ask you guys that when you come into a band that's kind of already has an established history like this, did it take a while before you could say, "Hey, I do have a voice here," or was that pretty cool of saying, like, once you were brought on, you do have to say?
Yesterday's Saints, as it is now, has nothing to do with Matt's previous band. It is a
new entity.
It's not. It could be called, Dead Dogs or something like that. It's completely unrelated. It's a totally new band. We just assumed the name.
Okay.
So different style. Even Matt's vocals are different.
Okay, so if somebody before would have seen that name before, then to seeing it now,
it's not the same band.
Not the same.
Sort of like Sepultura.
Yeah.
Not even. So.
Well, even for me though, I joined in early 2013. Like for me, it was a while before I actually felt, even though they said like, "Hey, we want you in the band," like you're in it now. It was still a while before me to actually be able to really contribute like some of my ideas.
It just makes sense. Metallica has Rob. You're the Rob of Yesterday's Saints. You came in a bass player, a little bit, they probably hazed him for a little bit, feel out the ropes. Then you can start getting a little input into everything. Okay.
Unless he's the Jason Newsted, in which case he doesn't get to do shit.
Yeah. It doesn't even get to be heard.
I think I do more than Jason.
So speaking of contributing things, how do you guys, who writes the lyrics? Who writes the music? Is it a group thing, or is there like a particular person that does a particular thing?
I mean, the way I feel like Matt, he's the one who really comes up with the lyrics. He kind of comes up with, it's almost like a movie. It seems like it's like he has like a storyboard idea of where he wants to go with the album or the writing, and kind of gives us a little general ideas. Like, I'm kind of thinking this style for this, and then usually it's what Whit will come up with a bunch of different riffs. And I mean, we all contribute our own parts, but I think like Matt's really lyrics, Whit mostly the riffs. I mean, even Albert comes up with definitely some like rhythm patterns for us to come up, like to play along with. I don't know. We all really kind of feed off each other, but I think those two.
That's healthy.
Yeah.
John adds more than he thinks, but
Yeah.
When you say you've got like an idea and you kind of want it to be like this style. I don't know if the guys told you I'm in a band, and I write a lot for our band, and I take no shame without it being a ripoff and saying like this has got to be kind of a diary of a madman type thing. You know what I mean? Like I wonder if you guys make references to the style of songs like that. Like this should move along like the Trooper or something.
Oh yeah, definitely. Think you've been kind of.
I mean, I think all bands tend to do that. You're like, oh, we want this to have, kind of an Amon Amarth type feel.
Right
we want this one to be a little more brutal Nile kind of feeling.
Has anyone told you guys you kind of have like and this is an amazing compliment, because I'm a fan of their drummer, a Nevermore type of sound?
We have heard that.
Yes.
He's one of the best drummers around, if you ask me. I think you're very similar.
Oh, thank you.
You're
Thank you.
amazing. Very similar. Van
Williams.
Yeah, Van, yeah. We just interviewed Matt Barlow on a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah, he's a tremendous
Yeah.
vocalist.
Well,
And Van joined Matt in Ashes of Aries now. So
Well, it's funny you mentioned that, because I'm pretty sure Whit was going through like a Nevermore phase while we were writing Generation of Vipers. He was all about Nevermore and the Jeff Loomis projects that he did. So I think that definitely helped influence him in that kind of style. But
Funny thing is, I never really listened to Nevermore.
really?
No, and people say that all the time. I'm like, I like them. I guess I've heard them in passing, maybe on Liquid Metal, or
Of course.
if John's got it playing in his car or something. But I don't own.
Now, is there somebody then, you as a drummer, who was your influence then, if you say you were influenced by somebody? Because prior to the podcast, the cool thing about having you guys in here, you guys are actually my two favorite people in the group, the bass player and the drummers. The guys who are kind of in the back.
The guys that hold everything
The
together.
guys who hold everything. Exactly.
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
the structure.
Yeah, the structure, the glue. Who were your guys' musical influences? If you maybe had a favorite drummer, a favorite bassist.
You can go first.
Okay, I'm a big influence for me when like growing up, like listening to metal, was definitely Tony Choi and Steve DiGiorgio. Like those two fucking blew my mind. Like growing up listening to metal, but I still like I don't try to stick with just metal.
Okay,
like, I'm a big fan of like Stanley Clark.
Wow.
Victor Wooten.
Okay.
Like, I like to go all over the place, but definitely metal wise, it's those two.
Was the
like,
bass the first instrument you picked up?
No, but it's the one I wanted to. I actually I started on tuba back in the day. And then I switched to
if the Roots ever need a tuba player or something.
then I switched to guitar, and then some buddies of mine were like, "We want you to play bass here," and then just handed me a bass, and then it just took off from there.
I tried that. It didn't work out.
Yeah, I used
Me
to
and
play
my friend,
trombone.
we were trying to put a band together, and we're like, we bought a bass for our friend and said, "Here, you're going to be our bass player." And he like picked it up and went plink plink, whatever. Stuck it in the corner.
Get him every opportunity.
Yeah, so that didn't work out.
If on prior episodes we've talked like I'm a big hockey fan. This is going to be. I'm a huge Caps fan. Hopefully we win
What
tomorrow.
happened last night?
Oh God! I was hoping we weren't going to bring it up.
It wasn't one of the goals because he like slid in.
Yeah. But I say this, and I use the hockey as a reference going forward because in all the years and all the games I watched, good defensive play is still hard for me to see unless I see like a big crushing check.
Mm-hmm.
I use that with metal. What's good bass playing? Because I just hear good bass now. I'm like, man, that's pretty cool. I mentioned earlier the Job for a Cowboy album from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing bass work because, like I said, they moved the bass to the front. It blew me away. One of my top 5 albums of the year last year. What is it for you when you hear that? You're like, man, because I can hear drumming and I can hear a sick solo, and I'm like, man, that melted my face. What is the bass version of that?
It's a lot of the tone, really, for me.
Is it the tone?
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to be too crazy technical with it. As long as it's coming through and the tone is there and it's just fucking meaty, like, I'm totally down for that.
What do you think about people that their bass parts, they're just following the guitar?
I don't have a problem with that because I actually do that quite a lot with Yesterday's Saints.
In other words, those people are geniuses.
Yes, we are. No, I mean, I don't think it degrades I don't know how to describe it, but like being a bass player, I don't think it degrades you in any way.
Just makes the song heavier, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. I like the whole like following, but then knowing when to kind of venture off and do your own thing. Whether, I mean, it's still just doing simple stuff, or if you're going crazy, doing some like tapping or sweeping with it or slap.
Is Steve Harris your god?
No, but he probably should be.
Exactly.
Well, you know, I mean, the one thing that comes to mind for me is Cliff Burton and Orion. You know, when they're doing all this like classical type guitar stuff going on, and until I read the Cliff Burton book last year, I never really stopped and listened to the bass line in that, and he's doing some crazy shit back there that's just like off in his own doing it. I was like, wow.
Actually, you know, George, too, until I read the liner notes, and I don't know why it took me so long to do it, I didn't realize which of those leads on that song are bass leads.
Okay.
Because they don't really sound like bass leads, they sound like guitar.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think one thing I really like with bass, and we tend to push JB to do it, is for him to have his own voice and play different parts versus the guitar. I mean, I love it when the guitar and bass are locked in, but JB's got such a huge talent set that we try to push him to, you know, come up with some creative lines underneath, or walking bass lines while Witt's, you know, playing some thick chords, and just to give it that dynamic feeling, especially since we only have one guitar and one bass player, really try to fill it out and make everything have its voice. And, you know, sometimes John and I will just lock in with bass and drums. Witt and Matt will be doing something different. Then we all meet together for 4 measures or something like that. And I really get into that when there's just that interplay going back and forth.
Right on.
Hey, I want to hear some drum influences, too. We didn't get that.
Yeah, I was going there next. Good job, Jay. Good job.
I just sit in a rabbit hole all the time and listen to nothing.
Wow.
You gotta have somebody.
I'm influenced by me.
I just listen to the squirrels hit their nuts on the tree.
Because, you know, a lot of people would say, like, Gene is one of the best bass players around.
Okay, so
yeah.
Growing up, I mean, my hugest influence was Dave Lombardo. I mean, I'm sure a lot of drummers... Lombardo, and I mean, that's where, you know, I started developing all my speed and just raw 2/4 speed.
This is a nice compliment to give him. He doesn't come off as crazy as Dave Lombardo seems to be recently.
Hey, man, don't be ragging on Dave.
Well, and, you know, when I heard, you know, when you hear Dave Lombardo, you know, back in his glory days, when he's just playing super fast 16ths or 30 seconds and just laying on the ride versus the hi-hat and stuff, and just... You're just going like that.
And that's getting me turned on. Stop right there.
And the ride and everything's just locked in so tight. I mean, I remember when I first heard that, I'm like, I'm going to do that someday.
You know, when I was a kid, man, I really don't know how old you guys are, but I remember when there was this video, VHS cassette, George probably had it, that came out like in the 80s, and it was called The Ultimate.
At least you didn't say Betamax.
Oh, yeah. Actually, they were fighting it out at this time, but it was called The Ultimate Revenge, and it was Slayer, Exodus, and Venom, a live show. And I watched it, and I was already a huge Slayer fan. And by the time I watched it a million times, but watching Dave Lombardo was insane. I can still picture some of the just specific ways he moved. You know what I mean? Like he's just such a natural. The guy's a fucking insane. He's so good.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video, George?
I've heard of it, but I haven't seen it.
I got to check that out. I haven't seen it.
You can. It's on YouTube in full, so you can just watch. It's called The Ultimate Revenge. Just look on YouTube, and it's a full Exodus set and a full Slayer set. It's totally kick-ass.
The Ultimate Revenge.
Do you guys find yourself going to shows and focusing on you guys' respective instruments? Watching other bands?
I mean, but
you try to like snap and say, "Hey, yes, guys, try and snap yourself. Hey, stupid, enjoy the whole show." You know.
I mean, I'm a sound guy too, and sound engineer.
We'll talk about that when we talk about jacks.
So I mean, I do listen to the guitar and bass and vocals. And, you know, I just like a really good mix. But of course, I definitely listen to more drums. I mean, that's the first thing I'm listening for. And then after I'm, you know, burnt out on honing in on the drums, and I listen to the bass and guitar and vocals.
Yeah, I'd have to say the same for me. I'm always, whether I'm listening to a new album, it's always going straight for the bass. Like I'm not like intentionally doing it, and it's just the one thing that just
I do that
stands
too.
out.
When I watch football, I played center. I always watch the center. You know, even though he quickly snaps the ball and blocks, my eyes are going there every play.
It used to be that the only albums I would buy was if it had a good drummer, and he had to be fast, and he had to be able to play fast double bass. And if the drummer couldn't do that, it wasn't in my collection. I mean, I was that. I mean, I've since gone over that, and I'll listen to single kick drummers.
Okay,
And
we finally have a drummer here before me, and I can ask this question. What do you think of Neil Peart going on and 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 on?
some people are going to hate me for this, but I've never been a Neil Peart fan.
Same
Never.
for me.
I mean, I've had friends that are huge. Oh, how can you not like him?
Well, it was a good podcast. Let's get
Okay, you know, I think
Can I finish my beer?
I think he's a creative drummer and has some great ideas and stuff, but I never felt it.
Yeah.
I never, you know, where other drummers I'll listen to, I'm just like, I mean, I just want to jump in the pit right now. Just take me.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about like Gene Hoglan?
Gene, big fan. I've hung out with him a few times.
Have you really?
Great drummer, super cool dude.
Nick Barker?
Nick Barker. So fan. I can't say I'm a huge fan, but some of his drumming is, you know, phenomenal and really fast.
He looks like George.
More current drummers that you know, bigger influence to me would probably be like George Clias from Nile or Derek Roddy when he was in Hate Eternal. Those guys, and some of their foot technique is amazing, and that's probably where I just indirectly got some of those techniques. I play straightforward, heel up. When I get going with the faster stuff, I'll start to swivel, and that's a little bit more like what George Clias will do. As far as when I get blasting, it's probably a little bit more. It starts with wrist, and then as it gets faster, a little molar, and then a lot of fingering. And
That'll lead me into my next thing. Does black metal interest you? Mm-hmm. Because I ask, because black metal to me, when they get into the blast beat the whole time.
Wait. Go back a second, dude. Do that blast beat again. That was wicked.
I have a big tongue. It's boring to me. It's just when they get in, they settle in, and it starts in, and then you know it's going to come every song, the same blast beat. And
here's my thing: if you listen to our album as you have, I like to blast, but I don't do it forever because I get bored of it myself.
yeah, it has to get boring.
I like to mix it up. You know, I love to play fast, and I mean, there's double bass all over the album. But I like to mix it up, throw different patterns in, different stuff with my cymbals and ride, blast for a little bit, reverse it, turn it on its head, slow down for a little bit, put some 6/8, but just still keep it driving. Give people a bit of a roller coaster.
Yeah, I would tell it to George, and Jay's heard me, you know, and every listener on the show here. That's just my one thing getting in the way of black metal, the blast beat, and then those classic growly vocals in black metal.
What about Frost?
Yeah, you're right.
He's a good drummer.
He is. I can't deny that they're not amazing drummers. It's just boring.
You know,
Anyway.
Now I'm gonna go home. My house is gonna be burnt down right now.
There's some exceptions to the rule, though. I think, you know, if you think of black metal as a whole, it's easy to find a lot of bands that's all they do.
Sure.
And it can get really boring. But once in a while, you find a gem that's like, oh.
Anytime there's something good, you know, a new subgenre or whatever comes along, there's the pioneers that are doing really interesting stuff, and then there's all the people that come after and that are just copying that, aping it, mediocre, and that's what you're talking about, really, is
cookie cutter.
The cookie cutter stuff that they're like, oh, it's good enough that we're just playing blast beats from beginning to end, and that's it.
I mean, we certainly like to throw some black metal-esque type things in there, and with some of his thick chording and dissonance and stuff like that.
I was at Fairwinds Brewing Company last night.
How was that?
That was good. our friend Will was hosting a sort of an evening with King Giant, where they got to play their new album Black Ocean Waves for everybody, as well as partake of some Black Ocean Waves beer that Will was brewing. And I was talking to Matt, the singer for Yesterday's Saints, and I was talking to him about his vocals on the album and how what really I really loved about this album when I heard it was the sort of his two different styles of singing. He's got these really great clean vocals, which are sort of reminiscent of Nevermore. But then he's got these harsher vocals that go along with that are just fucking, they're not like black metal brutal, but they're pretty fucking brutal. And I love that, the transition between these two styles of singing, along with, some cleaner music and heavier music. It's not a lot of people do that. I mean, they may do this or they may do that, but to find all of this on one album was what really excited me about the album. So,
I was going to point out vocally too that one of the things I like was that there's so many places where the vocals are unadorned. You didn't throw a lot of EQ on there in a lot of places and stuff, and it kind of gives it it adds this extra kind of raw bravery. You know what I mean? Like, I dig that, man.
When we were in the studio, there were parts where we had opportunities to layer and thicken it up, and we did in some spots. But other parts were like, you know what? Let's leave it intimate and raw. And,
that worked, man.
Keep the power there. And when Matt sings, he usually likes to sing in that character, if that makes sense. So that's why this album, loosely or tightly based on the story of Cain and creation and the fall and rise of civilization. There's a lot of different characters within that in the Bible and references to that. So Matt takes on those different characters and tries to sing as if he were that person, and take on that emotion. Yeah, and so that's how you hear that banter. Maybe there's a couple different characters in the album, or maybe it's the same character and he goes from being angry to triumphant to sad. And we worked on that a lot in the studio on taking on different voices. And Matt on his own, he'd come to the studio, and that's really where we come in. And John Witt and I will go, "That's really cool," or we're like, let's try something else.
I got to tell you that it's pretty painful, man. When we were recording our record and I was singing, there was a point where the guys didn't even come when I was singing, which was great. And then there was a point where the engineer stopped. He was a real nice guy, a friend of ours, and he just looked at me and I said, "Yeah, like, well, you don't like it, man?" He said, "I'm just trying to figure out why you sang that note there."
He's telling you nicely that he doesn't like it. I like that one. I'm going to have to say that.
Not terribly insulting. It was sort of like I'm trying to figure out what it's like to be you, man, and make those kinds of choices.
Once you explain it might make sense.
Yeah, thematically, it sort of reminded me a little bit of like Iced Earth, Burnt Offerings era kind of, because they've got like the Dante's Inferno thing and that whole, relatively biblical kind of thing. It was pretty cool. Yeah. And I was also going to mention the fact that it was a concept album, and I was going to ask you to talk about that, but you sort of did that already.
Also,
so, but just to point that out in case nobody caught that.
John, and hats off to you guys for coming straight out of the box.
I can try to.
But that's cool, man. I'm coming straight out of the box with the concept record, ballsy, and very cool.
Well, when we did at first, I guess we all weren't sure about doing a concept album because it just seemed too rigid.
I think it was almost what had like half the songs written before we really decided it was going to be a concept album.
Right. And then we tried to shoehorn a couple songs into the concept and just didn't work. There's a couple songs that we really liked that didn't make the cut just because they didn't fit into how the concept was going along. But, some of the greatest artists will paint something and then rip it up or throw it away, and then they come up with something even better. So, and I think that worked for us.
Yeah, definitely Frankenstein, some riffs here and there.
Yeah, I mean, once we got into the concept, we started liking it because it's like, okay, now we have 2 songs left. Mm-hmm. What are we going to do? Okay, we got to come up with something just totally badass and brutal.
And, as it is, it's like 70 minutes long. So
the long record.
We could have made it longer.
To make it even longer.
You hear about bands, I guess when their time has already run its course, and they should have ended it years back. But you hear them going into the studio and fighting and stuff like that. Was there any time in the studio or before then, like writing leading up to it, when you were so passionate about something that this is fucking making it in the song, but he was like Matt's like, or they're like, no, it's we're pleasantly telling you, or like you're saying Albert, stop that right there. The hi-hat, let's take it off that part. Was there anything you really fought for? And you're like, listen, motherfucker, this is making it in this fucking song. They're laughing because it's probably the truth.
I'm sure.
Everything
I
went
think they're laughing.
swimmingly.
During the recording part,
because the blood had already been shed days earlier.
I mean, we still had some of those moments, not that.
I would
moments
say
while
in the
recording.
writing process, the song that could have broke the band up if we weren't all better, as good of friends as we are. Follow the Ancients, the first song on the album. We had already written, I believe, Cain's Agony, and we're writing Follow the Ancients, and we had, before Matt had heard it, we had decided this is badass. This is, nothing needs to be changed.
This is perfect.
This is absolutely perfect. We're just jonesing about this song, and then Matt comes in. He's like, I don't like it. We need to. And we're like, this is done. This is so badass. And then we listen to Matt, and he comes in. And
So this is the three of you. Say this is done. This is
I hadn't joined the band yet.
okay.
This is before
Okay.
I was any part.
And then Matt leaves, and Whit and I are like, and then we worked on it again. And what do you think of this? So this happened a few times. That Whit was about ready to throw his guitar and ready to throw our drumsticks, but we were like, we knew what we wanted to get out of it. So I can't remember exactly if we decided to, let's just set this aside for a little bit, work on some new stuff, and then John, did you come along and then you helped us button up the rest of the song? Or
No, Follow the Angels was completely done before I joined. We were working
maybe
on
the end part though, the very end.
we were doing
No,
recording.
right.
You can see he's trying. You can see he's trying. Yeah, you can see he's trying to distance himself from that.
I had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, but we've been together for a while, and we learned how to listen to each other.
Okay.
And whether it's good or bad, or we learned not to be insulted when somebody doesn't like something else artistically. And that's how we made it through this whole album. Of course, there were times that, even in the studio, we're like, oh, no, this needs to be louder. No, this needs to be quieter. After a while, you got to sit back and listen to everything as a whole and trust our engineer that he's going to mix it so that everything sounds good.
Well, you guys and Jay, in Catatonic Society, and you guys in Yesterday Saints have these new albums out. They're out there on the internet. When social media, I can type up a tweet in 5 seconds and pass you guys. Do you think also that kind of helped you guys to realize, hey, if somebody doesn't like this album somewhere, okay.
I think that's good because if everyone loved it 100%, something would be up.
Yeah.
Because not everybody likes everything.
Yeah, well, even
100%.
if somebody's going out there either bashing us or writing a bad review about the album, they still took the time to listen to our album and to actually say something so that other people can see it, and then they can actually make the choice for themselves whether they want to hear it or
That's
not.
there's no bad press kind of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, there's new albums out that are getting 10 out of 10 reviews that I'm like, but other people are like, oh, have you heard this? This is so
Like
amazing.
this guy with the Triptychon album last year.
Hey, but alternately, I have bought records before when I read a review and I knew the reviewer and I had different taste, and he was savage in an album, and I've thought I should totally buy that. That sounds like something I'd like.
Because what he hates, you like, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all so subjective that it's kind of pointless to argue with somebody about oh no, this band is good. No, they suck. It's you like what you like, and you just got to find what you like.
And I think there's different levels of bands and where they're at, and of albums. Some are just garage recordings, some are demos, some are EPs, some are full length, but still kind of in the basement. And you have to have maybe a different ear for that, where the band is, and people have different tolerances of what they're capable of listening to and understanding what the scope of the band is. That's why there can be some punk albums that sound like crap, but people love them just because of what it is and what it represents.
I've had so many albums that, like, I've heard them and I've been like, wow, I hate that. And then years later, I'll come back to it, and through experience and life, whatever, I come back to it and I love it. And I'm like, why didn't I like this before? And it's just, and so I hesitate to bash anything too hard, because it may just be that I'm not ready to understand this sound yet.
I think that also has to do with, like, I guess, like, your age and everything. Like, when I was younger, like, when I really got into metal, I was like, it can only be metal. Like, none of this new metal bullshit. Like, I was like, no Slipknot, none of this. But now I kind of go back and I'm like, that's actually some pretty badass shit right there. I was like,
Yeah,
I think you
Slipknot's
just
like
kind
my
of get,
easy listening. I'm like, yeah.
yeah, but I think you get, like, stuck into, like, this, like, little trend of, like, one style, and you just stick with it. And then as you get older, you kind of just realize, like, well, I was dumb. Let me just open my horizons and kind of get a bigger view of everything.
Yeah, like Neurosis was one that back in the 90s, I was like, Neurosis fucking sucks. And I would tell anybody that would listen, I hated Neurosis. And then, years later, I get into the whole sludge thing. And I'm like, I really should go back and listen to Neurosis. And I'm like, holy shit, Neurosis is awesome.
They toured here 5 times. I missed them.
Every show.
So it's like, in the 90s, I just wasn't ready for it.
But if you went to a live show, you probably would have hated it back then and ripped on it completely.
Probably.
But it's just funny how it comes around and your tastes change.
Will lead us into our next question about playing live. You guys had a big show this past weekend at Empire.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Jack's final show.
It's always going to be Jack's.
Yeah, it'll be Jack's to us too. I've lived here in the DC area my whole life. I've been going there with George. We've been best friends close to 15 years or something like that. We've been going for 15 years. We've been to hundreds of shows.
Does anyone know when that place originally opened? It wasn't like
80s.
the Cabana or something.
Well, I was
The Copa or something like that, and then it was Zach's.
Yeah, I thought it was like
Jack's.
mid-90s, actually. But,
Mid-90s.
yeah,
so
like 94 or something like
a
that.
good 30 years it's been around.
How was the
20?
vibe there?
20.
That was
That was
awesome.
crazy. It was,
I mean,
It was packed.
It was packed. There's I don't know how many, like 400 plus people maybe. I don't know.
I heard there were a lot of bands there. And, like,
8.
people kept getting... In fact, I heard you guys got really shafted. You only got, like, a 15-minute set or something like that?
yeah, we got to do 3 songs. But we weren't the only one that...
Without pointing fingers and trying to be nice and everything.
No, don't be nice.
Okay.
Because George and I aren't going to be nice about Jack. I'm not.
So it was obvious that the normal staff wasn't working. I think, a couple of the bartenders were there, but the sound guys and everything, it wasn't the
That
normal
skinny
crew.
white guy with the ponytail who was always smoking the pack a day. I remember that guy.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
But the sound guy, I guess, it was his second show running sound there and everything. And, I think
And you on stage being a sound guy.
I think he's a good sound guy. I think he knows what he's doing, but he's not used to the time schedule of running so many bands and everything. And I saw a problem, and I was like, this guy needs help. So I was basically setting up drums and mics for all the opening bands.
He pretty much roadied.
I
until he
roadied
played.
hardcore because I wanted to make sure that we got our whole set. Because there's been a couple other shows there where we've had to cut a song or technical difficulties, and I'm like, let's just make sure we're on stage on time. So,
And he got us. He got everything back on schedule the way it was supposed to be.
The first band started like 10 minutes behind, then it was just getting worse, and I got everything back on schedule. I'm like, dude, mics are hooked up, ready to go. And then the band before us gets on. They took a little extra time to get everything going. It sounded like there's some technical difficulties, and then they were supposed to stop. The sound guy said stop. And they ended up playing another extra song, and the sound guy even turned off the sound for the whole last song, and they kept playing for like another 5 minutes. So
Was that Iris Divine?
I think so, but they may have not known. I think when you're on stage, you get into this groove, and you're like, okay, we know our set's this long, so I'm not putting blame on them. That's kind of the stage manager's responsibility to go up and go, okay, hey, you're done. So I'm not putting any blame on them. I think it's just how the show is going. But nobody cared. And I think some people cared in the crowd, but people were there for the ambiance and everything. And so, we ended up starting, we didn't get on stage until 10 minutes after we were supposed to be. So we were already in a time deficit. So we had to cut a song. Then the line to my kick never got fixed, which in metal, the one line that needs to be working is
Whole set with
your
no
kick.
kick
So
drums.
he came up halfway through the
No,
second.
but there's probably somebody in the crowd being like, "Man, this sounds awesome."
I wiggled the cable. I'm like,
Sounds a little bit like Saint Anger.
the line needs to be changed. And he just went back up and kept running sound for the last song. So I just hit a little.
You know what, Albert? There's probably some guy still today being like, "Something was missing. What? I can't put my finger on it."
My legs were a little sore at the end of the set. I just hit a little harder and stuff. But I think people still loved it.
Oh, it was crazy energy there.
I
the
dove
whole
out
night.
into the crowd after the show. I
Cool.
mean, we were banging our heads. I mean, when stuff like that happens, you just have to pretend everything's okay and give people a show.
Now-
People are there for the show.
Jay, for those, we mentioned it last week, and Jay had even told us when we heard the news that it was closing that he had actually heard of the nightclub. As someone who's lived in DC metro area my whole life, are you guys both from here? Lived here your whole life?
No.
Not you.
I am. He is. He's not.
Jax has always been, for in the mid 2000s, they had they kind of went Spanish for a period of time. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
They're kind of they're just bring in some trumpets, the tuba. There you go.
Yeah, I remember I used to go to the website and check to see what was coming up, and I was like, Latin Dance Fest.
Let's do this.
No, the middle.
Yeah, but Jax and then Empire was always our one true metal club. Yes, you had bars in DC. After the 930 Club went all indie rock, we stopped going there. But it was always our little metal.
there?
It was always our little. I don't know. It was ours. It was ours. Our little metal haven. It was.
The whole time. Go ahead, Duke.
No, I'm sorry, Jake.
The whole time that you were telling the story about the sound guy, I was just picturing you when somebody comes up to you and introduces themselves and says, "Yeah, hi, I'm the sound guy. This is my second day."
Well, I knew him as being he was, I think, the bouncer before, and I'm like, he's running sound. Okay.
He was the cook before that.
I mean, he's a cool dude. I mean, nothing against him. I think he has his own studio and everything. He's not used to the live environment, and I think originally it was supposed to be 4 or 5 bands, and then since it was the last night, it got turned up to 8 bands. That each
Turned
band
to
had a really quick
close.
changeover. And you know how it goes. You have to be an experienced engineer and an experienced stage guy to be able to flip those bands really quick and keep them on time.
George and I'm a huge Opeth fan. They're my favorite band. There you go, Jay. Ring the bell again.
I'm keeping track.
I saw Opeth for the first time. George and I saw. We've seen hundreds of bands there. Every single band we wanted to see, we saw there. So we have great memories of the bands coming through. But as a venue, I'm sorry, it was a horrible venue. They never opened on time. The sound was always horrible. I've never understood as a fan walking into a venue why you want to hit your fans with the sound cranked up all the way to where you can't hear anything. But that's my take on it. I wanted to know you guys, your experience here, because you played there a couple times.
I love the place just because of how personal it was to be with the bands.
And I have many stories. Like I saw Phil Anselmo with Super Joint Ritual, inches from him.
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 different times.
But it's not even that. Like while they're playing, it's the opportunity of actually getting to meet some of these guys after the show.
Yeah,
just because of how small it is compared to some of these bigger venues these bands are probably used to playing. Like where you can literally just walk outside and hey, there's the tour bus and there they are just like outside smoking a cigarette or some shit.
Yeah, remember when we went to the In Flames show, the infamous Sentenced show, and we left that show. And we walked out front, and there's the singer for Dark Tranquility on his cell phone, bitching at somebody. Just like, dude.
Yeah, when you
He
go
is
to
human.
Yeah, when you go to all these other venues, you guys are in the backstage area. You're away from everybody else. It's not nothing like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little more personable for like the fans. I like when we're playing. I don't know. I kind of like to make the crowd feel like they're a part of the show. Make it personal for them. Give them that memory.
I'd like to
think of you.
suggest to you guys too that you got a real street cred opportunity here. Is what you need to tell people is when they ask you about your band and they ask you to describe you, just say, that club Jack's, after we played there, they had to close that motherfucker.
Oh, we're gonna have to use that one.
We tore it up.
Yeah.
Turned it into a kebab place.
Well, apparently, then we played Tuesday night at the Pinch in D.C., and I think we blew the PA because by the time Wretched got on, there was no PA.
Who do we have sitting in front of us? Manowar?
I was gonna say that's what Manowar does, right?
Man,
Blow your
that's
speakers.
awesome, guys. Yep. Albert, do you have any memories of
The
place?
It's kind of a love-hate thing with Jack's.
as a fan? You hate it, but then you love it because
I've been there. Some amazing memories and shows where you're
Any
just
show
blown
stands
away.
out?
Everything sounds great.
That's rare. I've experienced that once.
It's funny. In the years that we've been going there, you really were not particularly pissed off as you have been in the last couple of weeks. I mean, we'd always be like, the sound wasn't that great tonight. Or, they made me stand in January freezing cold in a T-shirt for 2 hours waiting for Blind Guardian. Fuck you guys. But
Sunday was the coup de grace. Packed house, terrible sound.
The line was going on.
But nobody
like,
seemed to
around the
care
building.
because you just wanted to be there, get drunk, hang out, and have a great time.
yeah.
And enjoy the last bands that were there. And as I said before, sound is extremely important, but I think putting on a show and involving the fans and just making it an event and a show is extremely important.
Yep. This is not Jack's. We're going to do a transition here. Jack's, goodbye. Good long. Hit the fucking road. Yeah, don't let the door hit you on the way out. But, for us in this area, we'll have to drive probably to Baltimore or D.C. for more shows. In fact, you guys are going to be playing a show here in Frederick
Yes.
in a couple months, right? In June.
June 30th.
The fucking lineup is amazing.
I know, Crowbar, Battlecross. I'm super excited about Battlecross.
Lord Dying.
Lord, Battlecross, you better get your beard game on, Albert.
I know.
The guys from Battlecross are going to give you a run for your
now
money.
you can't shave it.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, you can't shave it.
He's been talking about shaving
I've been
it.
talking
Now
about shaving it for like 2 months, and these
we're
guys
not going to let it happen.
The band is like, no.
Battlecross's beard game is strong.
Yeah.
Well, I got my ticket already, so
And Warbringer. George and I saw Warbringer.
I love Warbringer.
George and I interviewed the lead singer, John, at Cafe 611 a couple years back.
you got to let me take this.
Go
one.
ahead.
I talked to Matt about this last night, and you probably weren't there. Were you there? Did you play the Warbringer show?
Yes.
We went to the Warbringer show because that's what he was talking about. We went there and we interviewed John Keevil of Warbringer, and we knew Warbringer, we knew Lazarus AD, Landmine Marathon, and Diamond Plate. But then there was this other band opening up that we didn't have anything about,
I remember that show.
and I was like, I don't know who they are, but they're kind of good. And I was actually reading my review of the show the other day because I went back. I was like, I wanted to reference it to see if I knew what I said. Hopefully it wasn't like, man, these guys suck ass. But no, I was like, I don't know who this first opening band was, but they're pretty awesome. So whoever you are, good job. And I recognized Matt. And
George and I have seen him at like 60 shows.
yeah, and at shows after that, we would see him and go, "Hey, it's that guy from that band." Don't
That
know who
guy,
he is.
that
Matt
band.
puts his face out there and wherever he can in the metal scene.
And then when I finally got locked into you guys, I was like, "It's that guy." And then I was like, "I wonder." And I was like, I bet that was Yesterday's Saints, and I just didn't know who it was. And so I asked him last night, and he was like, "Yeah, that was us." So I was like, well,
That's badass.
That's pretty cool.
Awesome.
So
It was.
Well, Warbringer, I've known those guys for a while. They've even stayed at my house.
Are
in
you
the
serious?
past. Yeah.
We're so glad that they're still going because I remember for a while there things were a little rocky.
Have you ever heard of the band Epicurean?
I've heard the name.
So they are friends of mine. I am originally from Wisconsin.
Okay.
And Minnesota.
Hey, I'm from
area.
Wisconsin too. Shout out.
Woo!
Where you from?
Madison.
Me too. Well, I was born in Madison. I live in a little town called Mount Horeb.
Oh, totally know where that is.
Wow,
no
look at
doubt.
this. Bringing them together. Look at this.
Michigan for the Midwest.
Michigan. No, I miss it. The Midwest is great. And then I moved to Minneapolis, and one of the bands I became friends with was Epicurean. John Gensmer is the drummer, phenomenal drummer. And him and I became fast friends. And then I moved out to Virginia. His band started touring. So every time they come through, they'd stay at our house. And Epicurean became friends with Warbringer, started touring with each other. So when they'd come through, they'd stay at my place.
I still don't know why more people don't talk about Warbringer.
I mean,
you know how that thrash revival
if you like
was
old
coming
school
back?
thrash, they nail it.
Nail it.
Totally nail it.
Talk about an amazing drummer, too. Mm-hmm. Oh, God, they fucking nail it. John has the voice, the look. The whole band as a whole is amazing.
Right down to the white high tops.
Yes. Cool story. I'm a big video game guy. So, in your head, before you meet these bands or artists, in your head, you think they're so badass, tough guys and stuff. John spent the whole day playing StarCraft on his laptop.
Oh, dude, Metalheads are just a bunch of nerds.
Exactly.
It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
Exactly. Like, John got finished with the interview. He's like, okay, you guys done? So we go inside the venue. He's sitting there just playing StarCraft for like 4 hours. It was cool. He brings him kind of down to our level.
You got like what, Trey Azagzoth or something?
Yeah.
He's a big Doom fan, has his own level that you can like download.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like, it's crazy.
It's cool. Hey, can I ask you a sound question? I ran into German tourists yesterday at work, and it got me thinking about Wacken.
Wacken.
Yeah, Wacken. I always say it wrong. About Wacken, whatever. I butcher words here. You being a sound guy, is something like that, when you get it set up, is it a challenge? Or is that like, on the outside it appears like it's hard to set up and run sound for a huge festival of that size? Or is it no different than running it for a Jax?
The end of the day, once you get the system set up and tuned, that's the hardest part, is tuning it and making sure, if there's a ton of speakers, sometimes you got to put time delay, you got to get the line arrays and everything set up properly, make sure the balance between the subs and the mids and the highs are all good. Once you get it set up, it's like mixing at a smaller club.
Really?
Basically what you're doing is making sure all the levels are good, turn the solos up and the solos are there, backing harmonies, make sure the drum. It's all kind of the same. Yeah, it's a little more advanced. Usually, the bigger shows, you have huge digital boards and stuff, but the concept is the same.
Why is it that bands, and I've always wondered this, it's probably an easy question, like Buke, you're an idiot if you don't realize this. Why do bands use their own sound guys?
Why are bands what?
Using their own sound guys. Is that because they know the songs like the back of their hand?
Right.
That's what I thought.
So they'll know when to turn up solos, when to turn certain things down. If the drum's playing, drummers playing.
That was
something
basically
kinda
the Metalheads podcast question of what is a strike in baseball, you idiot.
or just how to EQ it and just how to get that sound.
Yeah.
Sometimes it backfires because the sound guy doesn't know the system, doesn't know the board, and so you're just sitting there scrambling just to make it sound okay.
I have to say, with no disrespect to the sound man in over there in the room, that if 50% of the metal shows I've been to are any proof, getting a good sound is almost impossible. Because I think there's like a sound man conspiracy sometimes. I can't tell you how many bands I've seen, and I was like, I couldn't even hear the singer. You know what I mean? Like, I honestly think, and it's probably house sound guys like you're talking about. But
what I've found with a lot of sound guys is, a lot of sound guys at a lot of venues don't really want to be sound guys. They've kind of fallen into that spot.
Or risen, as with the guy at Jack's washing the dishes. That's kind of
exactly. I mean, like me personally, I love running sound, but that's not what I really want to do. So I just pick up sound gigs here and there, and I know I can do a good job, and I could easily get a gig full time at a club, but I don't want to do that. I want to play music. So let someone else do that. And usually sound guys are, fallen musicians, guys that just couldn't, no disrespect to sound guys. Some guys are amazing.
There's some sound guy out there. There's some sound guy driving to work right now listening to this.
Albert Thorne.
Yeah. Remember that scene from fucking Billy Madison?
Yeah.
That's it. Your name's being written on the list right now.
If you're a sound guy, I totally respect you. I know what you go through. But, there are some sound guys that really don't want to do it, but they've just kind of fallen into it, just like any other job you might get, and it pays the bills, and you're just doing it because that's what's available.
The only thing worse than a sound guy is a podcaster.
Oh.
I can't play music, so I'll podcast. Unless you're Jay, and then you do both.
You start seeing a lot of bands bringing their own sound gear and, mixing it and just feeding, with all this new digital boards. You can bring your own monitor mix. You can bring your own and then just feed the club. Go, okay, just turn it up. You just control the volume. That's not too far away.
The other night I went to see Corpaclani, Instafurum, and Trollfest, the greatest fucking band in the universe. I don't know if you guys
Yes, we played with them.
Yeah.
And you played with them?
Yes,
Yeah, Pagan Fest.
They're fucking awesome, dude. But I actually, I've never done this before, but I went up to the sound guy and said, dude, you're doing a fucking great job. It was like the best mix I've ever heard at a show. So, you know, and he just said, oh man, this is a nightmare.
I'm in hell.
We all say that.
So, yeah, hats off to the sound guys.
Yeah, no, when you hear a good sound engineer, it pays to congratulate him.
So the album's been out for a little while now. What kind of reception has it been getting from, fans and people in general?
I don't know. At least like from our normal fans, everybody's fucking loving it. We've had some pretty good sales. Internationally, we've had Belgium, Germany. I don't think we've had anything in like the Far East yet.
Have you got it reviewed anywhere?
We've gotten a ton of reviews.
Yeah, we
and
were
they're
just
all
in Outburn magazine.
10 out of 10 in Outburn.
Yeah.
Right on.
Lots of 4.5 out of 5s, 9 out of 10s.
Yeah, like what, I think did Metal Sucks do it?
Yeah, I think Metal Sucks, Metal Injection. Was it Metal Injection? Or
No, I don't think Metal
Tempo?
Injection did it.
No, not yet.
Fuckers.
Yeah, I know. I don't think they're going to do it either.
We've had like some French sites and different foreign sites reviewing it. Everything's been extremely positive.
Yeah, I think what
You know
we
what,
had
but
one.
when I read a review of our band and it's like 4.5 out of 5, that can be the most laudatory, that I've ever read in my life. But the one thing they say, I'm like, these motherfuckers.
Well, I think we had one bad review. I don't remember where it was coming from, but I don't know. It was weird. Like the guy, it was kind of like every sentence he was like a schizophrenic, where he's like complimenting us, but then
Backhanded?
says, "Then this is why it's bad." Like it was really weird.
Well, it was almost like he couldn't find anything bad, but after reading it, it seemed like he just doesn't like metal in general.
That's critics for you.
And but it was almost like a good but bad
So
review.
it's kind of like John, it's great on the bass, but then his timing slips a little bit. It's like, fuck, you're giving me compliments, then you're.
But I mean, we like that, because if we had all 9 out of 10s or 10 out of 10s, it'd be like something's
Something is
too
amiss.
good to be true.
Yeah. Did we just peak?
Yeah.
Yeah, really. So before we get into the guts of the podcast, the normal guts of the podcast, we just wanted to finish up with, so what do you've got? What's on the horizon? You got any tours coming up, or what's next for Yesterday Saints?
Well, we have the Crowbar Battlecross show, definitely.
In October with Arcona.
Arcona and Winter Him, who we
Hellsot?
just
Is it Hellsot?
Hellsot, yeah, Hellsot's there. Winter Him, who we just got
October
back from
3rd, is it? Or 2nd?
8th. I think it's the 8th.
It's in October.
Yeah,
We're going to find it out.
yeah.
After the break, we'll
Tours?
tell you the date.
Yeah. Tours, I don't. We're still trying to get some stuff worked out right now.
Okay.
It's just trying to figure out dates. I mean, we all have our personal lives, so it's just trying to manage all that. Around
We'll definitely be out there this summer some more. We don't want to spill the beans if we don't know what the beans are yet. So, but we're actively working on a couple different angles on.
Yeah, and that was the one point that Matt Barlow brought up, that in this day and age, you're not going to get rich off doing this stuff, but at least you can put out an album. It can easily be exposed to thousands of people around the world, and then when it works for you, you guys can tour and play shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When it works for you guys.
Well, I mean, it also helps, like whenever you play some of these bands with, like playing small shows with these bigger bands that are touring, it's just trying to get in with them, helping them out, and then they remember that, and then they will bring you along on some of the other things.
Yeah.
Like some of their tours. They'll be like, we want these guys coming with us.
Are you guys in a position to drop things and go on a national tour? If it came down to it?
Yeah, to a certain extent. I mean, we all have day jobs or family. And
because
stuff like that.
you guys are playing with Battlecross here. Those guys have been road dogs now for
they're
touring like
2 or
summer.
3 years.
Yeah,
it seems like they tour like 300 days a year.
Exactly, yeah. Every time I see some post, they're always on tour.
Yeah, Battlecross is always on tour.
I think that's something, if those opportunities happen, it's
You'd
like,
have to really
you can be on tour for 6 weeks, and, when that happens, and we'll decide as a band, can we do that? And, how much are we getting paid? Can we afford it? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
We're not saying no to anything at this point.
Right on. Do you have any interesting stories from the road that you want to share before we move on?
I don't know if some of them can be shared.
Anything that won't get anybody in trouble or...
There were those 2 girls in Kansas once. No.
I don't know. I mean, the first that comes to mind for me is when we were out with Iron Man recently.
Boy.
When we were on we were trying to get into Brooklyn and we were in stop and go traffic.
Matt, we're sorry.
Yeah, sorry, Matt. I'm so sorry, but this is a good story. Okay, so we're stuck. Like we just crossed some bridge. I don't remember which one it was, but it's just slow ass traffic, barely going 5 miles an hour.
It was so close, but so far. I mean, you could almost touch the venue.
Yeah.
But you had to go through 20 hours of traffic.
Yeah.
Within a mile.
So Matt really has to take a piss. Super bad. He's been holding it forever. And luckily, he had brought this jug. That is
Like a trucker.
yeah, that's
A growler.
made for taking a piss in. And I'm in the front seat with him.
A wide mouth.
And these guys went and upper in the back. And Matt's trying so hard to get all the way over to the left lane, so that nobody could see him do this. So
he was driving while doing this?
he's
Yes,
driving.
driving.
He's behind the wheel.
Actively driving.
Yeah. So I mean, luckily it was slow
So
traffic.
his hands are on the bottle, something else is on the wheel.
I'm steering. So the whole time I'm just steering
Without
steering
looking at
away.
his schlong.
Yeah. I'm trying to look forward but keep my eyes over to the other car.
Blinders?
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
you were steering the van. I was a little worried there for a minute when you said you were steering. So, but we're cool.
Talk about bonding.
I know, right?
It's the rules of the road.
We became
That's
good
not
friends.
the steering wheel.
No,
This is not a manual.
No, it's in neutral.
John keeps trying to pop the freaking clutch.
Anyway.
Just feather it a little bit.
You need to stop. That was terrible.
I went too far.
Just a little bit. So yeah, I'm steering the car as he's taking a piss, and it is just taking forever. It's like the scene in Dumb and Dumber where
Like a 12-pack.
it just keeps going and going, and we're all laughing because of what the situation is, and then we're laughing even harder because of how long it's taking
But
him.
meanwhile, he's gassing and braking, still going through traffic. A lot of time has gone by.
And then finally, it's like whenever you're feeling like a jug or a water bottle, you hear that sound of it getting close to the top. I'm sitting there, I'm freaking out, I can hear this. This is gonna end badly soon. And finally, he stops and he lifts it up, and it's maybe an inch from the top of being.
I think it was
full.
a 40-ounce jug it had at least 25, 30 ounces.
Yeah, it was
crazy.
I just feel bad for the people behind us that see him just pour it out of the window.
You mean Whitney and I?
I was talking about the people with the car behind us, but yeah, you too.
People behind him are going, must be Red Sox fans.
Probably.
We did get a picture of Matt holding the jug. He's all
jug.
cheesed.
Just proud of himself.
Oh, man.
Well, thanks for sharing that. George, you got to go fill up the jug now?
Actually, why don't we take a break and
Fill up the jug?
empty out and then refill? All right, we'll be right back.
Awesome. So, hey, Jay, I've got a question for you.
Oh yeah.
So, Madison, Wisconsin, how the heck did you get out to the Bay Area? What brought you out there?
It's too long a story to tell, but it goes like this. It goes Madison, Missouri, Arizona, New Mexico, Nebraska, California. So
Okay,
I'm
what
not
girl-
military.
what girl
All the
were
way
you
back
following?
to Nebraska?
Or what police were you running from?
Yeah. His rap sheet is long.
What girl were you following?
My wife, and so
Your wife,
she,
okay.
She has
Girl being
college
a great
degree. I
Grateful
don't-
Dead. He was a deadhead.
But yeah, right, yeah. But Wisconsin, I have a soft place in my heart for, man. It really is where I grew up.
Spotted cow.
I saw Star Wars and I still think of myself as a cheesehead. I don't have the accent now. Now I've lived so many places. I have what's called newscaster English. No accent. But yeah, dude, Wisconsin's awesome. I still have a lot of relatives there.
Do you still say bubbler?
I do, dude, totally. And nobody ever knows what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
we're the only state I think that says bubbler.
Everybody else is fucking
Water
wrong.
fountain
Oh,
that you drink out of.
Do you guys say what? For
Dude, I remember when we moved to Missouri, I was in the 3rd grade, and I asked the teacher, like, "Where's the bubbler?" And
The bubbler. What the?
she probably was like, "I'm going to wait and see if that's dirty before I send you to Princeton."
for a sweetened carbonated beverage, soda or pop.
I used to say pop.
Yeah,
is Wisconsin a pop state?
yeah,
It's a pop state.
yeah. Michigan was too. I
I know
wasn't until
New York is a big pop state.
yeah until I moved here. Everything was pop. Yeah,
Until I
can you
started
pick me up
playing
a pop?
video games. I remember I was on Xbox Live for like 12 years ago. Somebody said, I'm going to go grab a pop. What
the hell?
What the hell is a
Get
pop?
your dad? What?
Yeah, what the hell is a pop?
Yeah, and then I moved here, and I was like, soda. It was so weird. Soda pop. What is this? The 50s? You know?
Should like a scoop of ice cream with that?
Yeah. All right. Well, I actually lied a little bit. We're not going to get back into the main bit of the podcast first. I think we probably ought to play a song from Yesterday's Saints first.
Right on.
This is going to be the song Cain's Agony.
Oh, it's a good one.
So, do you guys have anything you want to say about that before we get into that?
It was written before I joined. I just love just playing the song.
That was beautiful.
I just really like it.
There were like 2 deers in the headlights there.
Yeah. Jay, why don't you talk about that song?
Let me speed dial Matt here.
Well, I got to tell you, I went through and I'm the one that picked the 2 songs that I wanted to play on here.
Well, tell me why you wanted Cain's Agony.
That's the thing is it was almost fucking impossible for me to decide. I literally sat down and started at the beginning of the album. And I said, I'm going to listen to it all through one sitting, and I'm going to figure out which 2 songs I want to play. And first song, I'm like, yep, definitely playing that one. Okay. Second song, well, man, I really dig those fucking choir vocals in the second track. I want to play that song. And every song, I was just like, oh, it's got to be this one. And originally I had asked Matt, I was like, can I play 3 songs? And he was
Sure.
And he was kind of like, just play, or play 2 or play something off the EP. I was like, all right, I'm going a little crazy here. And so it was almost like pin a tail on a donkey. I was just like, this one. And that's really not really, but I mean, Cain's Agony, it just stood out to me a little bit. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to play this one because it's fucking heavy. And then, well, I'll get to the other one later as to why I chose that. But anyway, the point is, it was really hard for me to decide what to play because it's all so good.
Well, Cain's Agony is kind of, Cain is, one of the characters
Cain and Abel.
in the Bible or biblical stories, folklore or history, however you want to interpret it. Cain's Agony, it's what's he suffering through, and
Well, he killed Abel. So, that was my take on the whole Cain's Agony thing.
right. So there's a lot of power in the song, and we wanted something that had evoked a little bit different feeling. So there's some 6/8 feel and stuff like that. Some slower pounding double bass mixed with faster stuff and some thick chordy stuff. Right down to the end, it almost feels like you can see him, on his knees, just screaming out and
Right on.
yeah. So it's a powerful song, and we want to get goosebumps out of people and
Definitely did get
and
that.
bang your head the whole time.
Yes,
Hell yeah.
exactly.
All right, so check it out. This is Cain's Agony. All right, we are back here. That was Cain's Agony from Yesterday's Saints from their album Generation of Vipers.
Nice work.
Yes, great song, great album. If you haven't heard this yet, you should definitely check it out. You can get it pretty much anywhere. iTunes,
Google Play, Bandcamp.
Bandcamp is probably the best place to get it if you're an audiophile.
FLAC.
Yep, we've got full resolution audio files. The best option is obviously to buy the CD, so you get a physical copy.
Yep.
And then you also get free downloads of the full resolution. So highly recommend that. I mean, we're happy if anyone gets it off of iTunes or wherever, but if you're an audiophile, definitely get it through Bandcamp.
We always pimp Bandcamp.
We would talk about that in our news.
Yeah, that's one of the news items. I'm a huge full resolution FLAC. You
see the $400
format.
You see the $400 headphones he's wearing.
I think it's really cool that technology is available now. I mean, not long ago you couldn't do that, or maybe if you called the band up and you're good buddies with them, they'd give you higher resolution copy. But now we can offer that. When we mastered it, we still had the high resolution masters, and just upload those. Boom, there it is. So
the sad thing is, like we talked about with Jay when we first met him, a lot of kids today don't care, and they've never been exposed to this. But if they were exposed to it more.
It's starting to grow, though. I think, for a while everyone is MP3, small, compressed, cheap as possible and stuff. But I'm starting to see more and more people interested in better technology and things sounding a little bit better and a little more realism in the mix instead of, it was terrible when they had 128 kilobits per second.
96K?
I could hear the swirling in my ears going.
Well, I feel it's kind of weird, though, because it seems almost like when we were out with Iron Man, one of the bands, it almost seems like cassettes are coming back.
Yeah.
It's this weird new hipster thing. Like,
it's
one of the
so
bands
wrong.
we played with, they were an awesome band. They sounded awesome, but all they had was cassettes. They didn't have CDs. And I was just like, what the fuck am I going to do with this? Nobody has a cassette player anymore.
I think I just read that
let's get your record
did
on
Slayer just
78.
release something on cassette?
Metallica.
Oh, Metallica. No.
Hey, Jay, what was that, buddy?
Let's see if we can't get this new Yesterday's Saints album out on 78.
I asked Matt about
Really thick vinyl.
I asked Matt last night. I was like, so we're going to
need
see
like
a
the thing
vinyl?
with the gramophone to play. That'd be awesome.
We've actually been
love to do
talking
it
about.
for
We
vinyl.
want to do it.
I don't
I mean, nothing's really stopping us other than we want to push the album as it is right now, and obviously.
Well, because the way the album's set up, almost like a 3-act opera, we would have to. It wouldn't be. We'd have to.
I
do
got
like
it.
3.
A side, B side, C side, and a cool fucking graphic on the back of the D side.
Hey, we could have this interview.
We were, yeah.
Or a Catatonic Society single, Jay.
You know what? I like the interview better. When I'm here. Today I'm Jay of Metalheads podcast, dude.
That's it, buddy. I love it.
Yeah, when I was talking to Matt last night, asking him about it, he said the same thing. He's like, "Well, it's kind of long. That's why I knew it was like around 70 minutes." And he's like, "So you can't fit that on one album. So you got to go to a third side, and then that increases the cost of production right there. And then what do you do with the fourth side?" And I suggested we put a picture of Will on there, Will Cook, just because Will was standing there, and so that just made sense.
It's him reading a beer recipe. The
Well,
whole time.
well, if you could see the face that he had made, it was like so. Yeah, well, it would be really awesome to get this on vinyl if you can manage it.
We do want to do that, so that's
Cool.
that's not out of the question.
Cool.
All right, so we're almost an hour and a half in, and we're finally going to get to the actual guts of the podcast. That's not unusual for us.
Nope.
All right, well, we're going to get into some news items. You want to take this first one?
Yeah, the bringer of bad news again. Today I woke up and found out that Sean Tyler Chavez, the original guitarist for the thrash band Havoc, one of the bands you turned me on to a couple years back, George, has passed away. He was no longer their guitarist. But
He was only on the first album.
He was on the first album that you actually told me I need to go out and get. Amazing album. If you'd never heard these guys, they're really cool, but didn't say a cause of death. But when anybody passed away, Travis, especially at 30 years old.
It's really sad. I mean, Havoc is a band that's a friend of ours.
Okay.
Oh, did you hear about this news too?
Not directly, but I have. And I didn't know him very well, but the band is a friend of ours, and their newer guitarist was a friend of our original bass player, and we still keep in contact with them, and it's just really sad to see when someone passes away that had an impact like that, and have kind of bringing that old school thrash back and everything. Condolences go out to their family and friends.
Definitely.
Especially at 30, way too young.
Yeah.
Way too young.
It's close to the rock star age, the 27.
Yeah.
30, that's just crazy.
sad.
It's just insane. Absolutely insane. Well, George, you want to try and...
This next item.
You guys don't know the history we have, but I always am the breaker of bad news to George. I'm always like, hey, George, you see this news? Someone so died.
Hey, man, you like Jeff Hanneman? He's dead.
So this was another one today.
Yeah.
So
All right. Well, so this next item sort of takes us back to what we were talking about a minute ago, is the lossless streaming application Tidal, which I've been praising over the last few months, because as soon as I got my hands on this, I loved it. I mean, it costs twice as much as Spotify. It's $20 a month instead of $10, but the sound quality is really good.
if you guys don't know what it is,
Really?
it's
I've never heard of it.
think of it as Spotify, but for FLAC files.
Yeah, it's
Where you can go on your phone right now and you can type in "you guys" or any band.
I think you're actually on there.
Yeah, you are on there.
If you're on the road, is there enough bandwidth to stream it?
Yeah,
Yep.
I've run into a couple occasions where it wouldn't work, but it's just shitty internet area anyway. But
Right.
for the most part, no. I don't know if they have some sort of good buffering going on or what, but it works at least as good as Spotify.
How about eating your data up?
I have unlimited data.
Hey,
I'm
that
grandfathered
was
in
a
from
nice
the
sassy
unlimited
tone
plan.
there,
Yeah,
George.
that's a
was
good
like,
point, though.
I have unlimited data. I don't know about you fucking losers,
But
that was well done.
you can download and build a library like
Oh,
you can
really?
with
Yeah, you
Spotify.
can. Yeah, you can store
That's
it on
cool.
your phone and things like that. And when I heard it, I was like, it was night and day. I mean, that was actually what convinced me to.
It was your guys' album. In
No, it was
Volbeat
Volbeat. It was
song.
Volbeat. It was Volbeat.
Yeah, you went out and got that.
But actually, it was when I got
A
your.
bad interpretation of Volbeat. I like Volbeat.
But no, actually, it was your album when I got when I got the promo material. I believe I had choices, and I took the 2496. It was like 3 gigabytes for the album.
Not all bands record at that. So what do they do for the?
I know. But there's still the 1648 or whatever.
I
it
think
is.
we recorded at 2448. So
Okay, but actually listening to your album was that combined with listening to Volbeat on Tidal, and then listening to the normal version. I was like, fuck this. Yeah, I thought my car radio was shitty and would never listen to anything in the car if I was going to review it, because everything was muddy. It sounded like shit. And then I played something that was actually full resolution, and I was like, I actually do have a decent system. It just doesn't like shitty music. Or, shitty quality anyway. So I've sort of gotten a rebirth in my car audio system. But anyway, so Tidal is this new, relatively new, couple months ago, I think it launched, system that plays lossless
that's awesome.
audio.
Someone needed to do it.
And the problem is it was fucking Jay-Z. Okay? Yeah, so you might, if you haven't yet, you'll probably be seeing these horrific ads on TV for Tidal. And it's like, they get all these rich musicians in a room. It's like Jay-Z and Madonna and all these people, and they're promoting it as you get better quality music, and these musicians are going to get paid for their music instead of.
Shut up.
And everybody, the backlash against this is fuck you, you're all rich, we're not using your app. And it's terrible because apparently it's not doing very well.
Really?
And it's
they're marketing it wrong, by using rich, people that don't need any more money and bragging about getting more money for it, when they need to be advertising it as this is something better. It's the future of music.
This is true sound.
they
That.
really aren't focusing on that, and it's killing me. Because
I think if they use Jay-Z and Madonna as some of their spokespeople, that's good. But don't go saying hey, we're going to get more money, nobody's going to want to support that.
Everything I
if you
see.
get the indie. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
a big fan of indie bands. I mean, like I occasionally like them, but like if you get something like that, I think that'll help promote it a lot better than like all these already rich people who don't really, they can just retire now and they're still going to be making money.
They're just not focusing on the real issue here. Is the point is you can get music that sounds better than this highly compressed music that Spotify and everybody else is giving you, and everything I see on like Facebook is everybody bitching about how they don't want to give more money to these rich assholes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not the point. The
point
service is
higher
actually
quality
really
music.
good.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be really pissed.
I mean, I think twice as much as Spotify is fair for much higher quality music, especially if you can download it on your phone.
Yeah. So if this service goes away because Jay-Z marketed it wrong, I'm going to be pissed.
Is there a way to keep the files that are on your phone, short of playing them into Logic and recording them? But
I don't think so, no.
The only way I know to do that. Oh, yeah, that works. The only way I know to do it is Bandcamp. Buying them
and that's
off
why I
Bandcamp.
love Bandcamp, because any other HD music site, you're going to pay $18,
Can I let
$24
you know-
for an
you
album.
guys don't know this, but George is, when I told him about Tidal, George went off on getting hooked on FLAC so bad that we went up to Soundgarden, the record store in Baltimore. George tried to search out some Paul Bearer, some other albums from last year. Like, I need to buy it on CD so I can rip it as FLAC so I can have it on my phone. Like, he took a step back and was trying to search out CDs.
Yeah, I haven't bought CDs in like 10 years. I've been all digital for that long. But I don't know if you noticed the CDs in the other room.
I saw there's a huge wall.
I've been going through and re-ripping everything because I ripped everything at 128K 10 years ago. Or whatever.
And, I actually went up. I ripped everything at 160, thinking that I always had the backup, and I originally ripped everything at full AIFF quality, 44.1, 16 bits, and then I did 160. And one day, I was in my living room. The phone rang. I jumped up, kicked my hard drive over.
My wife and I just sit there with our baby pictures from our newborn.
Oh,
Could you save them?
The hard drive, the circuit board itself crashed.
Did you replace it and then?
No.
This is a chance for me to plug a service that I like because I just used it.
This is a paid advertisement.
There's a service called Backblaze. It's online backup, and I use this. It's $5 a month, unlimited backup size, with as much music as I have, and it's all ripped. And all the for the last at least 7-8 years, all promos from labels are all digital. Nobody sends CDs anymore. So
Must be pre-approved. Special rate supply. Monthly fee is $1.
But a couple of weeks ago, my hard drive with all my music on it died. And
And you had it.
and all I had to do was go on to Backblaze and be like, send me a drive, and they sent me a drive.
It happens. It happens more than you think.
It's happened to me twice.
Did you ever recover it?
No, I'm a PC guy, like George and I are. Sounds like
There's
PCs.
places you can send.
Oh,
it.
there are.
Well,
There are. They want to charge $500 to $1,000.
10 years from now, you'll pay that.
I will. I know.
Maybe not now.
The thing is,
I wanna
I know,
see baby pictures.
us knowing PCs, I know as long as the data is on those plates and it hasn't been exposed to air and damaged, it's going to remain on there. We'll pay people down the line.
It'll be a lot cheaper down the line.
Exactly. It will be a lot cheaper. It just sucks because that's all our newborn baby pictures.
Nothing in the cloud. Nothing.
Nope. It was always one of those. It was. I was so. Well, I thought I was so good. I would always rip off my phone, and I would rip to an external drive.
So still not on your phone.
Nope. I would pull the power, and I would pull the USB cable. I would sync and then unplug it perfectly. And then one day I had like a little power surge to it, and
So now what do you have, like 10 drives with everything backed up on?
no, I got Backblaze because George told me to get that.
I'm telling you, man. It's funny because after I got my backup, and it came in a nice little package. It says, here's your lost files. And I took a picture and put it up on Instagram, and I was like, thanks, Backblaze. and they tweeted me, and they were like, "You're welcome, George. Glad we could help." So, but honestly, I love that service because it's saved me
But,
2 or 3 times.
Quickly, we live in this digital age. all of us, our childhoods, we grow up. Our mom's pulling out the
Everything
box.
about you is digital.
Yeah,
now.
mom's pulling out the box
there's
of
not a
pictures
box
again.
anymore.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
nothing. We don't have that anymore, guys.
No.
Yeah, now everything's digital. So now, almost to be true, you need a backup of a backup of a backup.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like right now, it seems like since nobody's doing that anymore, it's so cheap to get your photos printed. It's almost easier, probably just go to some place and
But
just get it all.
not
printed.
a lot of people print them.
Exactly.
But that's what I'm saying. But
Right.
like these companies,
we should.
it's like
Print would
it's
actually be better.
I know, but it's like 30 cents a picture.
Yes.
So like you might as well just like fuck it.
I mean,
Like,
comb
Yeah.
through your pictures and pick, I don't know, 50 important ones of each year. And
Yep.
yeah.
Yep. I don't care about the nudies of this girl I was dating years back.
Because
I'm a father now.
everyone has a camera,
you still
Yeah, well, I do. You're right. I do.
I'll take we all take like 3 or 4 pictures of the same shot trying to get the same one. So we've got thousands of pictures, and a lot of us never even go back and look at them.
George and I's glamour shots from this website.
We might post 1 or 2, and then all these get archived. We've got tons of pictures that get archived,
Yeah.
never
Oh, yeah.
get looked at. and-
Yep. You guys being in a band, and Jay, let me ask you this question, Jay. Do you guys hold on to your demos, or once you guys record it, it's just gone for the ages?
Speaking for my part, I used to. I mean, yeah, I have everything that we've done, but like even like with the pictures, I don't know. As the years have gone on, it's like if I lose shit, who gives a that sounds terrible.
This comes from a man with no kids.
Yeah,
still
but I mean,
have-
there's all kinds of catatonic society stuff I meant to save copies of, and I don't mean necessarily music, but just flyers and shit like that. And somewhere along the line, I really dropped that ball. And if it's something really important or special, I'll keep it. And of course, I do have all our music files. Yeah, but masters are different now too.
This sounds
we do
sounds
have
like a
some
man
master
who's
tapes
moved around
from-
a lot, Jay.
Huh?
This sounds like a man who's moved around a lot.
Yeah, that's right. Well, basically, I'm destroying evidence for it. You know what I mean? So.
I've still got all the 4-track cassette tapes from my Tascam 4-track recorder in the late 80s, early 90s. I'm like, one of these days I'm going to convert these.
I never had one of those.
Sitting around this room, John, I feel like we're kids here with all the grandpas here. Jeez.
What do you guys mean? Technology.
What is this cassette you speak of?
Cassette. 8-track. Come on.
Hey, Jay, I think this next item was something that you brought up. You want to handle? You want to take that?
Yeah, I read an interesting article recently, and I'll just kind of share with what I'm reading here with you and what I read, and it's some real strange stuff in it. But 2014 was, of course, like the worst record sales year and that happens every year now, and also that only. I'm going to read this to you. But this is something from it, but there's also some good stuff here. But it says, to put it in perspective, only 2 CDs went platinum in 2014.
Wow.
Only 2 fucking records. And no other compact disc hit 1 million copies in 2014. And then, so there's that. And then secondarily, that now the digital stuff is vastly declining, and streaming is what's growing. And the only other thing that's growing is vinyl sales. There was the vinyl sales went up 51%. Last.
Hipsters unite.
Which was really the thing I wanted to get to there, because we're all vinyl heads here on the podcast, guys. I don't know if you are, so vinyl is growing, and it seems to be a viable way for artists now to make sure that people actually buy their shit.
Well, I think you just one of your words there. You just nailed it. Artist. CDs I've liked but never been a huge fan of, because albums display art.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're big enough to display art, and I think as humans and
You
people,
see our death angel falling through the park. Art.
we want to be able to touch something, hold something, and visualize something. You have a small CD with a tiny booklet. That's great, but you really don't get the full picture, where you get a full album. One, you can play it on something that's vintage, and it's kind of cool. It's like stepping
cool.
back in time, and
it sounds better.
It's got this organic sound and feel to it. You can open this huge book. It's like opening a picture book when you're a kid. Sometimes there's band photos. Sometimes there's goofy cartoons. Sometimes there's Really cool drawings, like this Manowar poster that I'm looking at behind me. It doesn't look that cool on a little CD, but on a big album with a fold out, it's badass.
Yeah.
I think
you're right.
now that everything's digital, there's nothing. All you get is an MP3 file
And
or
a
a FLAC
little
file,
couple
and
pixel
maybe a 200 by 200 megapixel square that
Yep.
you got to like hold up super close to your face. It's not an organic
And
experience.
there's no even connection with like what band members even look like anymore.
No.
There's none of that stuff.
Nothing's better than picking up an old album, a 33, huge picture of the band on the back, cool artwork on the front, and maybe it's a double album. You open it up, you see some live photos. That's badass. You don't get that anymore, and now people are realizing that hey, music is a human experience.
Yeah.
And we want that.
And not to kind of rain on that parade, because we're all vinyl buyers on this podcast. Not only that, but we're introducing a new segment today of what vinyl have you bought lately. But I hate to kind of bring this down a notch, but one of the other more important facts too in that story was how just that only 2 albums should have sold 2 million or 1 million copies last year blows my mind.
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
it's just weird out there. Is all.
But you know what? You guys, I mentioned this last podcast. This will blow you guys' mind. I was training a new partner at work a couple weeks back. He's 22. He told me, in all seriousness, he has never bought an album in his lifetime.
And it's not that he doesn't listen to music.
Yeah,
by the
he
way.
listens to music.
He's bought downloads, right?
He's been down. He hasn't even bought.
Yeah,
It's just streaming.
Torrents, streaming, YouTube.
And that's the way he's probably been taught.
Exactly.
It's
Like,
like,
for us at 32, I remember a junior in high school, Napster. You could type in anything.
so that's sad. We're raising generations of kids who
Oh.
think that music is free.
Yep.
And that's why bands play for peanuts.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's a great point.
Or at least, until you get to, quite a high national level, can
Which
you
is
make
so
a living
hard nowadays, though.
playing music where, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears or beers that go,
That's why
go into play.
when we talked to Barlow, that's why he's a cop now. He saw the writing on the wall.
Oh, that's right. He's a cop, too.
As Iced Earth, if you can't make it without touring almost year long as Iced Earth,
Yeah.
how the fuck can you make it?
Yeah.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't.
It's for the love of music.
Yeah.
But the thing that frustrates me looking on the outside, looking in, is that people don't look at this as you're stealing.
Yeah.
You
Well,
are.
and one of the real I agree with you. We do it for the love of music too. Obviously, we do. The only real bad thing I think about the stealing and all that is that there's so many artists that we're not going to get to hear develop, because that is going to kill a lot of guys early on. They're going to be like, "Fuck it, dude. This has been too hard. We've got 2 records out. I'm fucking tired." And so that's the one thing I really lament losing from the old school music industry, was that they used to take a band and put them in a house and give them 3 records to try to do something. You know what I mean? And that's what we're missing. So I agree about the love of music, and there's a lot of things that are easier to do, but oh fuck no, you can't make a living, man.
You aren't going to get AC/DC putting out 4 albums back to back to back that were fucking groundbreaking records.
Yeah.
You're not going to get that.
But, it depends on how you look at it sometimes, because, from the dawn of music, especially, back in the heyday of Bay Area thrash and stuff like that, trading was huge. Yeah. And that was all free. Just the cost of a cassette tape, and I did it, you'd rip CDs or cassettes or whatever.
But it was
for
local.
Free. It was all.
Yeah, and then
it was
more
all,
people coming to your shows.
It was all homegrown and local. But when I would get a free copy of a band from my buddy and I'd listen to it, 9 times out of 10 I would see them live, and I'd at least buy a T-shirt or something.
And maybe even go buy the record even though you had it.
I would. I would like, man, I love these guys so much. I want a physical copy, because I want the artwork. I want the vinyl. I want the disc. Because all I have is just the music. I want to see what their artwork is like, and so I would buy it. Now it's just this digital world, and there's a disconnect.
When you said when you said back to the dawn of music, I got to tell you, I went way farther back than thrash. I was like in the caveman years there for a minute. So it might take me a minute to get back up to you guys here. What's it say about Neanderthals? This is awesome.
Oh, now I'm thinking of that song from Guardians of the Galaxy. That
We're jumping over fire pits. And
hooked on a feeling.
ooga chaka, ooga chaka, ooga 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 chaka, ooga chaka. Hooked on a feeling.
I love that.
I've got that vinyl upstairs. Thank
Yes.
you.
I do like that song. That's actually my dad's favorite song. So
Is it really?
I've heard it like a billion times.
Is it
Good song.
his favorite song? You should play it at his funeral because that'd be hilarious.
You know,
dude.
I could do karaoke and probably win a prize for that song.
Hell yeah.
It's probably the only song I could sing
Should we sing
karaoke.
it from the heart?
I would.
You know, guys, the thing is about this digital, and then we'll get back to the news. The thing that worries me looking in is that a band's legacy. You see here in our studio, Ozzy Osbourne, the Ozzy, vinyl right there, Blizzard of Oz. That's something, physical you can hold in your hand and stuff like that. But you're going to have countless bands come and go who are just a URL link on a website.
Sure.
And that's sad.
Weird. And it's sad. It's weird for us because that's our life experience. And then the truth is if you just let go, then whatever is going to happen in the music industry is going to happen. But we do live in a transitional period, and it makes me deeply nostalgic. There's no doubt. I'm not going to tell kids they're doing it wrong. Probably the thing that bugs me the most is they listen to singles more than albums, and I'm an album guy, And I'm sure I bet you everybody here today.
Jay, even my wife Stephanie doesn't listen. People don't listen to full albums, but us as metalheads do.
Well, this brings back why we did a concept album.
Sure.
Oh, because you listen to track 8. You need to listen.
One of
to
the first things out of Matt's mouth you'll hear is he misses that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This single stuff, it's great. It helps drive sales. Instant response and stuff like that. But albums are where it's really at, where you really get to know a band and you can go in deep and you can sit down, relax in a chair, listen to a whole album, and go, wow, I just had an experience.
That's a great point. That's what somebody told me at a record store. I said, some guy had this huge list of vinyls. I said, well, sir, you know what I'm asking? He had a list like he was like a comic book hunter. Sir, why are you listening to vinyl? He goes, I'll tell you why. Because when you put on a vinyl, your experience is actually listening to music.
You don't want to lift that needle until that whole side
exactly.
is done.
The music itself is what you're doing. A lot of people, they're listening now. Their MP3, it's background.
Click, click, click.
Yeah, it's background for whatever else is going on. But when you listen to a vinyl, you sit there on the couch or the chair, you play side A. Hey, maybe 8, 9, 10 minutes later, I'm having to flip it over, putting it on again.
Unless you have an automatic flip.
Music was its own activity. It's not just.
It's a side, like what you said. It's background now.
Yes, it's just background now. It's just something that's just there.
Well, I think with the whole single thing though, people hear the single on the radio and they really dig it, and I think it kind of shot itself in the foot a little bit, where you hear the song and you're like, "This is awesome. I would really like this." And then you buy the album. Turns out you hate the rest of it. Like I've done that. I've heard songs on the radio where I really like, and then
Creed?
I've gone and. No.
Who?
Creed.
Oh,
Alter Bridge, yo. But I mean, you listen, you hear that one song, and it's like, all right, yeah, this is good. It's got that catch, you really like it, but then the rest of the album is crap. Yeah. And so you're I think people are kind of deterred from wanting to buy the rest of the album based off of just one song nowadays.
Good point.
Where used to be people are into bands, now it's more they're into songs.
Yeah, exactly. They used to be into bands. Like your band was your band, where you would pick them up wherever they freaking did.
So we're hoping with a concept album. Well, not hoping. I mean, we're thinking with a concept album that people want to hear the whole idea.
And there are some, by the way. I mean, even though we're saying what we're saying, there's plenty of people out there. I mean, here's what I'm literally doing math right now, and that's ridiculous. There's four people over there and one person over here, so that's 5. Here's 5 guys right here who want to hear the record. You know what I mean? So it's not like it doesn't happen anymore. It's just
these are the same people that are buying the vinyl, They want the lossless FLAC files. You know, the people that actually care about the music, they seek out music in formats that are better.
Well, part of it's educating, you know, teenagers and stuff, saying, you know, it's not all about it's education, educating people about music.
I think
what's out there.
we're lucky as metalheads, because when we interviewed Brian Slagle last year, he said that actually metal fans have it's been shown that they're still true to buying music, full albums, even though it may be a couple thousand copies.
Not as much, but
not
it's
as
genuine.
much, but it's still purchases. It's still not tracks and singles here and there. It's still full album purchases.
I'll buy that.
I'd have to agree with that.
Yeah,
because usually if I hear one song like on Sirius XM or something, I'm like, man,
come on,
I want to hear the whole thing.
George and I, you know, we've all been to metal shows. You know, we all can talk. When we talk to other metal fans, we're talking about the whole albums. George ain't going to Maryland Death Fest with me in a couple weeks being, that one track from Slayer was great.
The one song they played.
That one song is great. Now, we're talking in terms of albums.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a metal thing. That is
a metal thing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you like a band, why do you only want to hear one song?
That's so weird.
I'm a glutton for music. I'm like, I like this song. Give me 10 more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Feed me.
Yes. We're not like, man, yesterday's Saints track, you know, track 7. Man, that's awesome.
Well, as soon as I find a band I like, I immediately devour their catalog. I'm like, okay, this is awesome. I'm going to buy these 5 other albums like now. Yeah. You know, so I mean, I'm obsessive compulsive like that. I don't have a problem. I've been told.
One thing I think about with a lot of bands releasing singles and stuff like that, you know, they have a whole album. I would like to think that they put effort into every song, and every song had a feeling for them and so forth. But do you think that some bands, you know, just go for the gold with, you know, 2 or 3 songs on the album and the rest are fillers?
Probably. In pop music, and that's the way it is.
I mean, in metal.
I don't think in metal it is as much.
I don't think so either. But
I don't think so at all.
But there's some bands that they release an album. There's like 14, 15 songs, and I'm like, you know.
But the thing is, though, in metal, though, when I listen to albums, I'm still start to finish. When I play it, I'm
just posing the question.
Yeah, that's a great question.
I think maybe there's some out there, but I think in metal, I really think, you know, most of the metal bands I know or have toured with, I mean, a lot of effort goes into making sure that everything is cohesive and everything is, you know, really cool or killer to them and their fans. And
I think we need to take a step back and look that we'll never have, you know, platinum artists again.
Yeah.
Like
not with the way the ratings
this is crazy.
are today.
Jay, ring the bell again. Opeth, you know, hit the top 20 a couple years back. Their Ghost Reveries album sold 28,000 copies. In the metal world, that's huge.
Mm-hmm. But you know, it's more like movies now too, though, because it's all about the first week. It's like after the first week, you're not selling anything.
Yeah,
I mean, unless it's like guys like us,
because it's going to go to Netflix or something like that and be streamed.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't gone out to see a movie and. I mean, I'm not a huge movie buff. I love watching movies, but it's like a couple times a month, and it's Netflix.
Guys, quickly, one last thing before we move on to the next story. We asked Jay this, and Jay brought up a great conversation when we asked him, what did you guys think when you saw Napster for the first time? Did you guys realize what it was going to turn into? Or did you think, this is fun, you know,
I mean, I never used Napster.
Okay.
Just because when it first came out, like...
Because I remember we
didn't have the best internet connection,
Okay.
so at the time I was like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah, it's like downloading porn. It's like, hey, the boob's coming.
Well, I mean, for me, but it's always been just getting a CD. I was just like, I'll just go to Waxy Maxi. Just whoever's listening to this probably has no idea what the fuck that is.
Nope.
I'm going to record a tape
turned into coconuts, and then I don't know what the fuck it
coconuts,
yeah, it's just a CD store, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just go there and. I mean, I didn't really think anything bad about it. I mean, I wasn't playing music then when it first came out, so I didn't realize what it meant for musicians, where that they're not getting their money from their work that they're doing, like an actor.
Yeah. I mean, I've always liked owning my own music. You know, just having the physical copy. I've always stored in the cloud.
Yeah, it's always been. I got my Walkman CD player. I gotta have it.
I recommend everybody go on Netflix and watch the Download documentary about Netflix. Their concept when they first came out was genuine. It was, hey,
You mean Napster, not Napster.
I'm sorry, Napster. It was to expose people to
It's
music.
kind of like the
generally-
cassette trading
pretty
idea.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. And you look at, there's some bands,
I think Metallica overreacted a little.
totally did.
Napster.
But there are some indie rock
Money.
bands.
Good.
That's when
Dispatch being one of them. Apparently they're an indie rock band. They got all this exposure from people saying, hey, check out this band, check out this band. When they started out, their intentions were good.
It's a double-edged sword. That
Right. Well,
mostly-
I think they didn't know exactly what they were getting into.
Yeah.
I mean, I think exactly like you said, intentions were good.
I think when Napster came out was when Lars realized he just couldn't play drums anymore.
Yeah, what the hell? Albert, let me ask you, what the hell was up with Saint Anger? What was
right.
up with the snare
So-
work on that?
When Metallica, the first Metallica album I was exposed to. Okay,
Was Saint Anger?
I'm going to give.
That's kind of sad, actually.
Whoa. Backstory is this is a roundabout way of answering your question that you haven't asked yet. But, the first Metallica album I got into was Fight Fire with Fire. First
Ride the Lightning, yeah.
when Lars was doing that, I'm like, holy cow, I haven't heard this ever. Like, along the same times I was listening to Slayer and had a friend who had all these heavier albums.
Yeah.
And
Merciful Fate.
Yeah.
it's like, whoa, then that's all I would listen to. And, I was immediately a Metallica fan. I thought Dave Lombardo was a badass drummer. Lars Ulrich was a badass drummer. And then...
You kind of hesitated on
Yeah,
that.
you know what? Quick silence. One thing I want to say to Lars, just sit down.
Wait. So
He always stands up and hits the hi hat. And I was going to be like, Lars, sit
just
down.
need to quit
So,
writing.
so then there's Master Puppets, which is brilliant.
Okay.
But then Dave Lombardo with Rain and Blood and everything's just like, okay, goodbye, Lars.
Yep. Step aside. Yeah.
Well, it's kind of funny. You listen to like Hell Awaits and stuff by Slayer. I mean, I love Hell Awaits, but it's not as brilliant as I forget exactly what years they came out, but Fight Fire with Fire or Ride the Lightning anyway. The album by Metallica and Master Puppets were kind of masterpieces. Hell Awaits, it was okay, but kind of not the best recording, kind of weird, but it was dark and eerie, still cool. And then
Does Rain and Blood
came out. Goodbye, Metallica. But And Justice for All came out, and that was kind of pioneering in like sound engineering quality, sans the bass. But still, I don't know what happened to Lars Ulrich, because I think it started to happen on Injustice for All, because if you really listen to Injustice for All, the drumming is not brilliant. It's more the sound quality of the drums. There's nothing super fast. There's nothing super technical. Any drummer that has a decent skill level can probably play the whole album fairly easily.
Jay's playing it now, sitting there listening to us.
But drummers are going to have a hard time playing a lot of Slayer shit. So that's a bad.
Is there any worth in a bad Slayer cover band?
So,
You're trying to play Rainy Blood?
I know where I'm getting. So, Injustice for All started the demise of Lars Ulrich. And then, so if you think about it, it's not really a big surprise when the Black Album came out. It was like the Nickelback of metal at the time. Nickelback's drummer and Lars Ulrich could have traded places for the Black Album, and we would have known anything different. Sorry, Lars.
I've never heard that before. That's awesome.
It's good.
Well, then Load and Reload came out. You got Give Me Fuel, Give Me Fire. Okay, let's pat our feet on the ground. So Saint Anger came out. He's like, let's make it sound different. Okay, I want my snare to sound as shitty as possible. Okay, we're going to take a steel can. We're going to make it like 5 inches thick, and I'm going to put a head on it, and it's going to go tunk, 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 tunk. Oh, and let's put some metal plating on it so it looks badass and sounds bad.
And it's the only thing you can hear when you listen to that album.
I mean, well, and then, okay, let's come out with Death Magnetic, and let's just turn up the ass knob as much as possible and distort the fuck out of it. And okay, I'm ranting.
I'm actually happy to say I've never
George,
heard
you
either
can edit
one of these
all of that
albums.
if you want.
I have never. I haven't
When you
heard
get home tonight, put on Stain Anger, and you know what?
Stain anger.
Stranger.
Did you say stranger anger or stain anger?
Stain anger. Ooh, that sounds like,
Stranger-
sounds like
oh,
a
that-
terrible porno.
It does. Stain Anger.
Stranger anger.
It's how you feel every time you walk into a new hotel room.
Stain Anger.
Who's been
Yeah,
here?
there's a fucking cum stain on the wall. How did that get there?
Get the black light out.
Yeah, but put on Stain Anger, and I'm telling you what, the first thing you're going to hear is that ding, ding, ding snare. Like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
How did we
I
get
don't
off
know
on
if
this
I want
tangent?
to.
I mean, this is like a 10-minute tangent.
I involuntarily set this up.
Yeah.
I said a lot of
Because
things
we're having
that
so much fun. Jay, get us back on fucking script.
I've buried all this for years.
we're
I just had to
having
let
fun.
it off my
Yes.
chest.
Now you're going to go home, to drive home.
Oh,
you're
wait.
gonna-
One more thing to the story, and you can cut this out. But so when the Black Album came out by Metallica, I was so excited because I really did like Injustice
excited,
for
right,
All.
George?
Oh, I loved it.
I was a kid, literally a kid in a candy store at the record store. I was there at midnight. I won the first cassette tape of the Black Album.
Wow.
It was like 12:01. I grabbed it. I left the store, ran to my car, popped it in. I was like, "Woo! Let's do this! I can't wait! I'm so excited!" And then I was like, the excitement just slowly.
What is the first track?
It
Is
was
it Entertainment?
terrible. I don't
No,
know.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, it is.
It was letdown after letdown. I'm like, okay, they're just trying something
think it
different.
is.
And
then-
Sandman is the first track, right?
And then, The Unforgiven came on. I almost fell asleep. And, and I'm like, okay, the last song has to kick ass. Something.
It's
has
their
to,
Damage Incorporated.
Yeah,
right?
something has to have Lars shining here. As a drummer, I'm listening to Lars the whole time, just being more and more
Enter Sandman,
disappointed.
sad but true. And holier,
Holier.
holier than thou.
Yeah, so I left the parking lot completely defeated, deflated, disappointed. It was just like I had just broken up with a girlfriend.
Why is this album in such?
I mean, like I had broken up with someone I had.
Well, I mean, for me, my first Metallica album was the Black Album.
Oh.
Yeah, but okay.
Well, no, but that's the thing. It's my.
Well, wait, which is actually a good thing because everything else is better.
Well, yeah. One of my
maybe Load.
sisters, for some reason, I'm the only one in my family who listens to metal. For some reason, one of my sisters had it, and I took it from her. And I was like, I heard about Metallica. I gotta listen to Metallica. I heard it. And I was like, this is fucking awesome. And I was like, what other stuff do they have? And then I found fucking Injustice for All.
Then you found Load and Reload, and you think this is great.
Like, oh, wow, they shaved their hair. They look kind of sexy now.
It's funny. I cut my hair the same year that Metallica cut their hair. My hair wasn't as long as Albert's, but it was pretty damn
It
long.
was pretty long.
And I cut it this, and I was like, yes, Metallica cut the hair too, because I cut it for a girl.
Well, also, but your body also helps you too, George.
On a weird long hair tangent, does anybody else think that Eddie Van Halen looks like he's trying to be a country star right now?
No.
Have you seen the latest Guitar World?
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like he's trying to be a country star? It's really disappointing.
So he just needs the cowboy hat and some boots.
He kind of looks like fucking
Third.
James Hetfield a little bit. He's got the leather jacket, the jeans, the short hair, a little goatee. It's like, what are you doing?
But what I want to know is Tom Araya, Santa Claus?
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, he's got that big strip, big
White,
beard
it's
going, a
gray.
gray
Yeah, it's
beard.
white. Yep. He's getting a little chubby.
Santa Tom.
Hey, kids, this is the new Santa Claus.
Satan's Claus.
Okay, George, let's get back on track. Jay, let's get back on track now.
How many people do you think have had that Metallica conversation?
Anyone that's a fan or a former fan.
But no, the thing, I don't know why the Black Album is still. Is it the greatest album, selling one of the greatest albums of all time?
Yeah, but that's because people that aren't metal got
That's
into
because
it.
they turned into Nickelback.
Good point.
It was a popular metal.
Yeah. If you compare
point.
the Black Album to the latest Nickelback,
Yeah, there was
I think
also
you'd find
nothing
a
else.
lot of similarities.
It's a great point.
Yeah, my mom signed up for Spotify. The first thing she asked me is find Nickelback, and then followed by find Elton John. So that's what we're dealing with now.
And the
music.
Black Album.
And yeah,
All right, George, we can
Yeah,
continue.
go ahead, George. Get
All
back on
right.
track.
All right, 20 minutes will get cut out there.
yeah, that won't get cut out.
Nah.
George, just take out the ums and the ahs.
No, we're doing like 4-hour podcasts lately.
Yeah,
So we can do Ooga Chaka one more time?
Yeah, we actually
Ooga
got someone tweeted me. They're like, "Hey, Buke, where can I download your episode on Wi-Fi? Because your episodes have been like 200, 300 megabytes recently. Because we've been doing like ever since Jay joined us, he's added so much content that our episodes now are like 4.5 hours
So
long.
are you distributing FLAC quality podcasts?
No.
Oh, man! Oh! Bam!
Not because I don't want to, but because iTunes won't do more than 256K. Now,
Bandcamp.
It's
Bandcamp podcast.
I tried. I did. I tried to get on Bandcamp, and they won't let you play, and you can't upload anything longer than 15 minutes.
Oh. Part 1 through 20.
Yes.
I was like, Bandcamp?
I was like, I would love to do this, but I am not breaking it up into 50
So we have
minutes.
to think about this. Our next song is what, like 22 minutes? So we need to hone it
We're
down.
gonna be doing some Between the Buried and Me style right now.
Yeah.
Are you serious? You guys have songs that long now?
No.
Yes. No. Again, Jay, ring it for the 4th time. As an Opeth fan, I love this long songs that fucking twist and turn.
Our album's going to be 156 minutes.
Get back on.
All right. So
all right, sorry.
this
All
is
right,
gonna,
let's make sure Jay's still here. Jay?
Yeah, I'm here.
I know he is.
We're
I just
having too
love
much
hearing
fun.
his voice.
this is going to be a complete like a complete downer to change subjects so drastically because
The Black Album's getting re-released?
no.
All right, in FLAC.
Have you heard of a band called Paradise Lost?
Yes.
All right.
I
Well,
have not.
I love me some Paradise Lost. They started off as like early 90s death metal, went a little more doomish, went really bad electronic for a little while, and then they made their way back to doom and now even like some death metal. And anyway, they are releasing a new album in a couple of months. I don't remember the fucking name. And so recently they released a couple of songs that you can check out on YouTube. First, there's a lyric video for the song called No Hope in Sight. And I know I was
You
listening
saw it
to
in my house, yep.
I was listening to that with Buke, and we fucking loved that. Because, like, Nick Holmes, the singer,
I haven't heard it yet.
he, you know, like, do you know Draconian Times?
The Plague Within is the album title.
The Plague Within, thank you. Well, yeah, he's got a decent, cleanish vocal, but he also does harsh vocals in this track, and I love it when you do that. He has a clean vocal era and a harsh vocal era, and it's sort of combining the two, and I'm fucking loving it.
I love it when there's a mix.
Yes.
I mean, it's so easy to get tired of the bludgeoning.
Yeah,
So-
to have this like dynamic transition into something different, it pleases
Hard to
the
pull
ears.
off.
But is it him going between both?
Yep.
Okay, because it seems like most bands are always, when they have both, it's always one singer's doing the gutturals, one
The
is doing
metalcore
singing.
bands.
Yeah, like Black Crown Initiate.
Yeah.
They got 2 guys.
Yeah.
I always think it's weird when there's 2 lead singers.
Yeah, it almost kind of. It's
The only band that
kind of
really-
seems like cheating in a way, almost. Like it just kind of seems like they're half-assed.
Linkin Park pulls it off.
No, nobody likes Linkin Park.
No.
I have a soft spot.
Every
in my
album
heart.
they release is a remake of their first album.
They're for,
Well,
I
the
do.
first couple albums are actually for that style of music.
Hybrid Theory for that style is
Yeah.
really good.
Anyway.
I
Okay.
will admit. Okay. I've
ahead,
seen
George.
them a couple times. And
All right. Well, they also, No Hope in Sight. They released that lyric video, and I fucking loved that. Like just a couple days ago, they released an actual like video for the song called "Beneath Broken Earth," which was not as exciting, unfortunately.
oh, really?
I was like, it was okay.
What was not exciting about it?
It was doomy. It was kind of slow, and I think it was, if I recall correctly, it was all harsh vocals.
So it was more the music that.
It just, I mean, it wasn't bad. It just wasn't as interesting as No Hope in Sight. There was just more to that song than the newer one. So I don't know. I might have to. I only listened to it once, whereas the other song I listened a couple times. So it might just be I need to hear it more.
But there's some gold in there.
Oh, definitely. I am definitely looking forward to that album. This one I know Jay is going to be backing me up on. The band Shamash is reissuing their first album on May 19th. I'm going to butcher the pronunciation. I'm going to say it's Sic Luciat Lux.
I think you're right.
It's got like Roman like V's instead of U's. And,
Usually the V is pronounced kind of like a U.
Yeah.
But I
I'm
know
totally
Jay
ready
just.
for this one.
What's that?
Yeah, I'm totally ready for this one. That double album is so good. Contradiction. That's if I had been on the pod in 2014, I would have chosen that as my album of the year. I just think it's so good. Actually, too, and my thing about that record is I tend to think of Monotheist as like a genre unto itself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, seriously, that Celtic Frost record when it came out. And to me, this record feels like they're working in that genre. So
Yeah, it's like
I'd love it. And this is actually their first album. So it stands to reason it's not going to be quite as developed, but I'm really looking for it. And I know, actually, George, you sent it to me. I haven't listened to it yet because I've just been too busy. But
yeah, we got the promo for it. Yeah, it's kind of like a progressive black metal. It's not just blast beats and screaming. There's more grit and like dig your teeth into it kind of stuff. So this band's kind of borderline for me, but I wanted to mention it. The rumor is that Disturbed is back in the studio working on their first album since 2010.
What the hell have they been doing?
Enjoying their money? I don't know.
follow David Draymond on Twitter. I made a
DC
mistake
101
of that.
shows.
Yes. Yep.
I just
He
let me kind of
tweets like
just say I
500
am
times
not.
a day.
I mean, come on, 5 years? Are you kidding
I have
me?
to tell you though,
Yeah.
I'm not on the border on these guys at all.
You hate 'em?
Just far into the side of no thanks.
Far.
You don't want that.
Yeah, you know the thing about these guys? I liked them when I saw them on Ozfest like 2004 or
Yeah,
something.
I was at that.
Then that song hit, and I was like, man, Disturbed, they're not bad. But then that song hit like
11 years ago.
Yeah, but that song hit like 2 years after that fact. I'm like,
I don't know
I
if you
was
remember,
seeing
but
these
they were
guys
on the
2 years
They were
ago.
on side stage.
Yes.
And they
Yes.
moved them to the big stage.
Now they're closing the main stage down.
See, it's so sad. I remember hearing that and thinking, this is fucking cool as shit.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Like one-
Yes. Yes.
I don't like the first album with the whole no. But like from the
Everybody can fucking do that thing. Everybody has their own version.
from the second album on, when the first album came out,
Indestructible.
I was like, no, that's I think
second,
Believe was the second album.
Believe.
But the first album came out, I was like, this is new metal bullshit. Fuck you, die. And then, I think to try and remain somewhat relevant, they sort of started getting more metal after that. And when I say metal, I use the term loosely because it's still. This is like my dirty little secret band, like Slipknot or.
I hear you.
It's like this is something that I'll listen to when I want something bright and happy and fun, and I don't
Happy metal.
doesn't require any like work on my part. I just want a catchy chorus, and
Yeah, well, that's all you're going to get from them too, George. So,
and so
Jay's not being very supportive here. He's like, whatever.
That's here because I wanted to kind of acknowledge something earlier when the Black Album conversation was taking place. And it was just that over there, one of you coined this phrase, and it was glorious. And it goes like this. I was like a kid in the candy store in the record store. I'm using that, man. That was too
that
good.
was me. That was Albert. I will never forget that moment. I was so happy they handed me the cassette. I was like, oh my god, I just won the lottery. It was like Metallica was my god at the time, and
And then you
that was the way I felt when I picked
to
up.
have not heard it and receive, the bounty of.
Oh, I hated it.
When I
hated
got
it.
the Master of Puppets cassette when it came out, I was like, it was like the golden ticket. It was like, oh, and the ride home from the mall with the Master of Puppets cassette. It was life changing.
Well, that one actually pays off.
It was not
That's
life
the deal.
changing for
Yeah.
me.
Not with the Black Album.
Well, in a way, I won.
Well, at the moment it was. I mean, I'm like, I am the first. Nobody else.
No, I meant it as in you heard it and you were like, "What the fuck?"
I mean,
is that?
Now, if this was
I couldn't start
2014,
my car fast enough
If this
and get
was-
my homemade 6x9 speakers that were up in the window of my Plymouth Volare.
if this was
Loud enough.
2015 YouTube days, you would have been first bitches and smashed it in front of all of us.
I can type faster than you.
You're angry Reddit guy.
Since we're already on the subject, of
Yeah, we might as
Metallica,
well segue into what Kirk Hammett or the No Life Till Leather cassette.
Yeah, apparently for Record Store Day, Metallica re-released their No Life Till Leather demo on cassette, and apparently it was one of the best sellers. Personally, I was not able to get a copy. I
but I
didn't see
also
it.
tell you, I kind of didn't want a copy, but it's only because, well, I live in the Bay Area, so there was no way I was going to get a copy, but, because they're from here and all that. But I also, you know what? I don't want a cassette. I just don't. I don't care how much of a collector's item that is not
technology
interested.
to play a cassette.
I love this.
Thank you. That's the truth, though.
I have a
That's
dual.
almost an oxymoron.
The
Who has
technology.
the technology. Okay, it's a couple of cap spans and spinning things with gears and
who
magnetic
still has
head.
something that can play it?
I do. I kept my cassette player just for the fact.
I've got a dual cassette Sony rack mount for the
No, I have a
Okay,
high-end
but for the
Yamaha. Like the
masses.
But
best.
knowing George, if it's available, he'll fucking buy the $1 million one.
I
if it's
even have an
available.
old school Onkyo that weighs.
Jay, do you
like 40
do you have a
pounds.
cassette player?
I honestly don't. I'm 44 years old, and my music obsession and collection has been, obsessive over the years. But no, when cassettes were gone, they were gone for me. And I don't have a player. I don't think I have any cassettes at all.
I still have
I
at
might
least
have some in the
600
box.
cassettes lying around, not lying around.
I do.
in
The last
bins.
cassettes I bought were over
You
the
two
summer,
are like-
and they were a couple Dio cassettes. From like 50
like with vinyl, there is something magical about cassettes. It's like you lose something, but you gain something. I mean, there's the hiss and the Dolby and all
What do you
this.
get from cassettes?
Yeah, what do you
No,
gain,
but
man?
Just nostalgia.
It's hard to explain. Yeah, nostalgia.
Honestly,
It's hard to explain because there's nothing there.
Nostalgia is the only way to describe it because there's some shittiness to it that makes it magical.
I remember the last.
Because it brings you back to when you were younger and that's when it came out. Like
Yes,
when
yeah.
I hear old albums, when I first started listening to metal, it brings me back to when I first got that album. Like it makes
But
me
you
think
know what?
of
I have to tell you though, to me it sounds like I remember when TV dinners tasted terrible, and I'd like to have one right now.
I'd like to have one.
no, you can still do that.
When
That was good, Jake.
that actually is pretty good. All right, you got me, Jay.
Sorry, man. I don't mean to blow you out of the water.
Damn
it. But yeah,
I was trying to make it sound beautiful, but you just nailed it on the
He
head.
put you in your
you
place.
tried pretty hard. That was pretty cool, man. It was like watching a guy like tread water, or like without a life's preserver, just like there's something, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, it was great. Dude.
It's that in the ocean in the background.
The white noise.
I remember when I bought Exodus Pleasures of the Flesh on cassette when that first came out, and I got home and there was something wrong with it, and I was like, no, I want to fucking listen to this album, and so I had
Got
to do
mulched by the tape player.
I had to do surgery. I had to bust open the case and take like a blank, Maxell or whatever the fuck it was. Like open the case and transfer.
Didn't want to lose your $5.
Yeah, transfer it over and put it in there and get
George
it all
is
back on there.
nude in a room.
And then when it gets to that part, it's kind of like
See, cassette surgery.
Oh yeah, well, you've never really loved the experience of the cassette until you've taken a pencil and wound
Yes.
the tape up after it's been
and
eaten.
you get to the bad part and it kind of garbles for a little bit. You're like,
Yeah.
it's just a little bit that's bad, then it's good.
Yeah, and you have to make sure the tape was straight.
Or it's slightly out of alignment, so there's like a weird funk hiss in the background.
Well, Albert probably knows this, but this kind of blew Buke's mind when he learned this. When Rain and Blood came out, the whole album was on both sides of the cassette.
That is, I blew my mind.
I have bought Rain and Blood at least 3 times. I've wore the cassette out, I think, twice. I bought the cassette twice, and it's on both sides. And
How insane! That's crazy.
whenever I would listen to, that's how much I listened to it. Whenever I listen to Rain and Blood, It was
What's your favorite song on the album?
It was almost a religious experience.
Okay.
I would have to listen to it from beginning to end. I would like get where I'm going, and I would sit in my car until it's done. I mean, it was just you just didn't stop it.
Yeah. And I asked George this a couple weeks back.
And then if you have auto reverse, you'd like have to listen to it again.
A quick side note, guys. Can anything in music, because once it's been done, it's been done. Can anything, we're the point I brought up. We have these top 10 lists of greatest albums of all time. Can anything come out ever to top that once it's been done? Can anything beat Number of the Beast?
No. Nothing can beat Number of the Beast. Nothing can beat
Master of Puppets.
Rain and Blood. Nothing can. But I think something different can come out and be just as badass.
Those albums become an archetype, and then something new and different has to come out.
There's no way you're going to come out with something that sounds exactly like Rain and Blood that's just as good. Bud. Hey, Rain and Blood.
The weed eater right now sitting at home being like, yes, that's our next fucking album.
Rain and Blood!
Cannabis Corpse has their new album title.
That's what I was going to say.
Rain and Blood.
All right.
You guys ever go stoner? You got your next fucking
From the guy that doesn't smoke. Right?
Rain and Blood.
Oh.
We got to tweet those guys.
Raining Bud. Dude, you got to do it.
But yes, you said it's already established. You can never.
No, I mean,
You can make. Could you ever be on that level of those albums?
of course you can.
Of course you can, but you can't
You-
dethrone them.
I think
they're
it's
iconic at this point.
Like for example, another guy could have the vocals like Dio, but
you-
nobody can come in and wipe Dio.
I am 100% sure you could create a band that sounds exactly like Slayer did for Rain and Blood, or when they recorded, the
Seasons in the
Trooper.
Abyss and those, yeah.
Of course, I mean, even better.
Probably.
But is it going to be as badass? No, because it's not that time, not that era, not that magical experience.
Things weren't happening in music
So
at the time.
today, like our job as a band or anybody else or Jay's band or whatever is to create something magical at this moment, at this time period in our lives.
Good
Because
point.
what is as magical now isn't the same as what it was 20 years ago. Even though we still think it's magical.
Yeah, kids that hear Rain and Blood today.
There are kids out there though that they can have that exact same experience with a newer record but you just can't. Those times will come again, but they won't come again for you, dude. You know what I mean?
That's a great point.
I agree.
All around the table, all five of us, we've already experienced that.
I would like to think I could still hear a new album maybe tomorrow that I'm like, oh my God, this is just...
You would like to hope. I think that's why we all listen to music.
I mean, there have been some, songs and albums that have come close, but no, I mean, when you're in your teenage years and I think early 20, I mean, mostly teenage years, that's when music, I think, is the most magical and the most impactful to most people because you're still figuring out who you are and what makes you tick. And those are, when you hear some music that really makes you go, you're going to remember that for the rest of your life.
Well, and see, but that's kind of exactly what I'm saying too, which is for one thing, you have to remember, and I was probably 10, I don't even remember, 11, 12, or 13 when Number of the Beast came out. So I was very much finding out who I was, and here was this new form of music finding out who it was, and it was like an experience we went through together. It was the same thing for like people with the Beatles. People say there could never be another Beatles,
Iron
but there'll
Maiden
always be
didn't
another
even know
Beatles
what they were-
because
I mean,
there's
they were
always going
just-
to be teenagers, and there's always going to be some new innovation, and that's when we turn into the people who think these kids don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? Like there's a whole bunch of metal I hate that's newer.
But that's where everyone has to be careful because
but it's
there's
changing
some new
kids'
metal
lives.
out there that some of us may not like, but it's the new best thing.
That's the
And there's a 12 or
metalcore.
13-year-old kid out there.
That's
who's
like those.
That's where you just have to have an open mind, be willing to listen to just about anything,
sure.
and absorb it. Listen, talk to people. Why does this work for you?
Agreed. Yeah.
Wow, we're getting deep.
I know.
Yeah, this is great.
I know. It's like, okay, next topic.
We're going to be here all night. I know.
This is wonderful.
I do have to be in.
You got to work.
I have to be in Sterling by 8 tonight.
Yeah, I gotta be in Bethesda like in an hour.
I can stay for like another hour
Yeah.
and 15.
Go ahead, George.
All right. Well,
We're moving along.
it's not too bad.
It's
Yeah.
not too bad. We're moving along.
We'll just try and.
No, I don't mind it at all. This is great.
No, this is fun.
This news story, George, can I fucking take this one?
You got it, buddy.
Because you're not going to be there, so get out of the fucking way.
I would don't count me out yet.
Oh, I'm not going to
What?
be there.
Holy shit! Don't count you out yet.
Nah, fuck my high school reunion.
Yes!
Oh, wait. I'm not going to be there either. I was so.
Were you
planning
there
on doing
last
this.
year?
No.
Oh,
Well, and I,
You ever been?
We were there
I've
for
not.
Odorous' funeral.
I think from now on, I can't plan anything in August.
I'll tell you what. Guar, we'll get to this.
It's my sister's wedding. During
You can't.
You gotta
No, I'm not
That's
going
the
to
thing
miss
is,
that.
There's no-
my
yeah.
anniversary
Yeah.
with my girlfriend's August too. So.
It's your girlfriend, it's not your wife.
You could celebrate. you could celebrate it at barbecue.
True.
Yeah, bring,
She might dig it too. So.
What we're talking about here is
If you haven't
news. Yeah,
heard yet.
if news came out this week that for the Guarbecue occurring August 14th.
October would work for me.
Yeah, it would. August 15th, down the Descendants and Goat Whore, who canceled last year, are playing Guarbecue.
The exact date of my sister's wedding. Damn it.
Amazing.
I'm so down
It's
for
the
down.
exact date of my 25-year high school.
I'm wearing
reunion.
down
I know.
today. I tell you what.
You know,
Dude,
let's
down
do both.
3?
We'll fly. Where's your reunion?
Michigan.
Mine's in Wisconsin. So let's
It's high school. Nobody
carpool
cares.
together.
High school.
Hell yeah.
We'll
It's
rent a Corvette.
No, you have Facebook.
so we can like go 150 miles an hour the whole
George
way.
doesn't fit in a
You down
Corvette.
for that?
Then we'll take like a supersonic flight back.
Exactly.
It's high school. You have Facebook.
Can we
Who
resurrect the
cares?
Concorde?
Yeah, you could.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That doesn't.
Well, you go to
fly
your
me.
reunion. I'll go to my sister's wedding. We'll fly to Guarbecue real quick for a couple shows, and we'll fly back.
afford
Make
private
the
jets.
reception and the after bar and all that.
George and I were there for 2 days last year, and I will tell you guys this: it's at a lake where there's a bunch of pools. There's fucking hot girls in bathing suits. There's plenty of food options. There's vinyl you can buy. There's plenty of merch.
You say plenty of food options
Plenty.
as if you want to wait 3 hours in line to get
Who
it.
cares, George? We're not talking about the small details
So,
right now.
Have you read my T-shirt yet?
Albert can't eat the food there.
All right, you like?
Well, did you read my shirt?
Yes, but
Yes, but what's that mean? Are you
What
like
does it say?
gluten
the
free?
herbivore. Herbivore.
You
so
a
he
vegan?
doesn't.
Albert is a vegan.
So he doesn't have to wait in line. He can just chew on some grass.
So Guarbecue.
Hold on. You're a vegan?
I am.
Jay lives in the fucking San Francisco. Jay, you want to meet Albert here?
just because, hey,
You heard his laugh. He knows what's up.
Jay, just because you're in San Francisco, I assume you're a vegan.
Well, you know
by
what?
that-
You got to slow you down for a minute here. And I haven't told George and Buke this, but I actually am a vegetarian. But I have a good joke though.
Can I drop the headphones like I dropped the mic?
You know, it's
I know,
even
I'm
better.
sorry. You
Jay
kinda
and I are
wants to
from
know.
Wisconsin.
You know, I heard the best vegetarian joke the other day, though,
the cheese, right?
and it's that they say the way to a man's heart is through his stomach, but the way through a vegetarian's heart is through his vagina.
Oh, Albert! Oh my God!
No,
Obviously, George and I bringing the beef. We ain't vegetarians.
Wow.
Wait, a man's heart is through his rib cage and up a little.
Well, Jay, I'm not going to be too offended since you are a
So
vegetarian.
your favorite band's Cattle Decapitation, right?
You know, I toured with Cattle Decapitation.
Are they vegan?
Actually, simultaneously with
of
Yesterday
them.
Saints, I played in a death metal band called Loculus.
Okay.
And we played the Occupation Domination tour in 2011. It was aborted, Cattle Decapitation.
Yeah, I was supposed to be on that. I know. I got asked to tour with Oculus, but I couldn't get the time off. I was so fucking pissed off about that.
It
shit.
was Battlecross. That's when I first met Battlecross.
Okay.
And who else was on? I can't remember the other bands, but anyway, it's badass. And turns out, Cattle Decapitation. Originally, I think we're all vegetarians or vegans or something like that, but now only one guy
Because I know the first time I saw him, there's a big fat dude up there, and I'm like, he is obviously not a fucking vegetarian.
But I mean, regardless, dudes are super cool.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
Very, very talented.
Cool music. That last
cool.
album.
Yeah, George got the fucking vinyl box set.
Yeah.
That was
$150.
probably one of my favorite tours yet.
Really?
Well,
They're a local band, right?
No.
no.
I thought they're from
Cattle
here.
Decapitation?
No, I'm
No.
thinking of Dying Fetus.
Yeah,
Right.
Dying
Pig Destroyer.
Fetus and Pig Destroyer
Yeah.
are from around here.
So I
They're all
mean,
the same.
bonded with the guys. Obviously bonded with Battlecross. Kenny Bendine from Aborted. I mean,
Okay.
we shared like drum, tricks and stuff like that. And that was about the time I was starting to work on my swivel technique and everything. And I started working on my own. And then I watched him, and he's like phenomenal at it. And just watching him and talking to him and setting up pedals and everything, it was a blast. Playing with it was the original drummer from Battlecross. Really nice guy. Apparently didn't work out, so they've got a new guy in Battlecross and everything. So no bad blood there. I guess it just didn't work out.
Isn't Battlecross a Michigan band?
Yes, they
Yes,
are.
they
They're
are.
out of Detroit.
Michigan!
Yep.
Those dudes are
The first time I
amazing.
heard that
They
song,
are
Push, Pull, Destroy, I was like,
isn't
what
it
the
fucking
fuck
sick?
is this?
If we can put a third
Yes.
song in, put a Battlecross song.
Yeah, yeah, that song. Oh.
Well, and on the last album, Shannon Lucas played on it.
Okay.
Really?
He's a badass motherfucker from Black Dahlia Murder.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Played with him, and I don't know where I was going with that, but anyway.
Fair.
All right. Moving on, then. Any pause is going to give me a chance to move on.
Continue.
Oh, God, I'm having a blast with these guys. Go ahead, George.
All right. So, apparently there's going to be a new Iced Earth album tentatively titled that doesn't make sense. Tentatively titled The Judas Goat, scheduled for early 2016.
So when someone says tentatively scheduled, I don't believe it.
Nah.
No. I think it's just in works and they're trying to make people happy. But it's good to hear that they're working on something.
Well,
Yep.
it's for sure that they're working on it. It's the title that's tentative.
The Judas.
The Judas Goat is
Oh,
that's
I
the tentative
misread. I
title.
misread. You win.
Yeah. But
I'll give my input once Barlow left the
So
band
do you
and
like
Ripper left.
do you like the
tapped out.
Judas Goat or
I
the
don't
name?
know. I don't know. He doesn't sound very trustworthy.
That's weird. That's a weird.
No,
That's a weird
This is-
name.
I'm
That's a
very
weird
clever.
name for Iced Earth.
I'm an Iced Earth fan, but
I trusted
After-
you, Goat, and you ate all my shit.
I figured it was
The-
Iced Earth. Isn't it all like Civil War shit?
Why isn't
Yeah,
Why
after
isn't Matt
the
Barlow
glorious
still
part-
singing with them?
because after Barlow left,
I don't know that whole story.
Barlow
Well,
left.
listen to our
be-
last episode. He actually talks
Yeah,
about it.
Barlow left to be a cop.
I know
Then-
that.
Then
Well,
the
he
guy
was a cop before, wasn't he?
No,
He wasn't.
he left to be a cop. Ripper Owens came in for the Glorious Burden album, the Civil War one.
Yeah.
After Ripper left, the guy from
No, Matt. came
Into
back.
Eternity.
Into Eternity.
Wait, Jay had something.
Stu.
Jay, what was that?
Stu Block.
After Ripper left, Matt came back for a record.
Yeah, that's
Matt,
what okay.
Matt came back for a record. Thank you, Jay.
So why did Matt come back after
because he
the
just
Ripper?
because like
They wanted
he
him
talks-
back.
Yeah, he came back and he thought he could maybe swing it, but then the writing was pretty much on the wall. Like,
but why did Matt leave in the first place?
He left in the first place because
Because he's badass. with
he
those
is
guys.
amazing.
But John originally Matt had said, I think I want to leave. And John talked him into staying. And then they cut Glorious Burden. Matt did all the vocals.
this is crazy.
And John was like, not really doing it for me. You're fired. We're bringing Ripper in. But it wasn't like acrimonious. It was like, let's just try this. And so he's like, all right, see ya. Because
I want to.
Matt's married to John's sister, so.
I want to back up Buke here, though, too. I'm not interested anymore. The last one I liked was the last one Barlow was there for, which was
Yep.
the one after Ripper was there. Those two concept records were great. And then this new guy, I don't know, it just feels like they're
Wasn't
going through the
Matt's
motions.
last album Horror Show?
So
No.
what was the album with
No,
the
Framing
Ripper?
Armageddon.
Was
Framing
the
Armageddon,
album
yeah.
with the Ripper a concept?
Yeah, the second one
Yeah,
is.
Glorious Burden with Ripper
Yeah, but then
was
there's
the
also-
Civil
but
War
then-
one.
So
But then
who does the
you get two-
storyboard for Iced
Like
Earth?
the two-
Is it
John Schaefer does everything.
Does he do everything?
Yeah, he does everything. Schaefer runs everything Iron Fist.
But Matt Barlow works better with the storyboard. Or is that what you're saying? Or
Well,
What they did, though, what happened was the second Ripper record is the first part of a 2-album concept record in which the second album, Barlow sings on the second part.
oh,
Right.
so it fucked things up.
Well,
No, I didn't think so. Actually, I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh,
yeah, and so John asked Matt to come back. He came back, and they did Framing Armageddon. But at that time, there wasn't like any like bad blood or anything. But the music industry being what it is, the only way to make any money was to tour incessantly. And by this point, Matt
had a family and kids.
was a police officer,
Right.
and he had a full-time job. And he's like, "Well, I can't keep
couldn't hook
that
it up.
I can't keep that touring schedule, so I will step out." And that's
that
when
sucks when that, he's so good.
One of the greatest voices in music today, by far. You hear his.
It's unique, too.
yes,
It's like-
you hear Matt
I mean,
Barlow,
you
know
hear
it.
Matt
the
Barlow.
second you hear that, you're like,
Yes, you instantly know it's him.
and that's what's beautiful.
And
about-
Albert has this long hair, but Matt's was even better because it was red.
Well, fuck you.
Well, see, it used to
Don't
be.
fucking knock on the red hair, man.
Yeah, you're not gonna. Yes, John's sitting over here like, what?
Dude.
God damn it.
Dude, gingers, man. Gotta watch out for us, man.
I'm going ginger. Fuck you.
What do you mean you're going ginger?
Yeah.
I'm already ginger.
I'm going super ginger.
Oh, super ginger. Oh,
Hey,
shit.
well, you know what?
You know what?
No, I'm already pulling Daywalker ginger, so
Okay.
I've got the best of both worlds on this.
I'm going platinum.
We
Cisco.
sit
All right,
here and
Cisco.
talk about Barlow.
That would be interesting.
Barlow, Ice Earth,
I'm going to bleach my eyebrows and everything.
fucking
I
Ice
feel
Earth
like an albino.
with Barlow gave us the Dark Saga, Something Wicked Comes This Way. Some of these fucking amazing albums.
Well, we were just saying how distinctive Barlow sounds. This is absolutely true until Stu Block joined Iced Earth, because now Stu Block sounds like Matt Barlow.
Well, but he's trying to emulate. Do you think he's trying to emulate?
He totally is.
And we
because-
even asked Matt that. Remember, we asked Matt if Ripper was trying to be him.
Do you think that's good or bad? If
I think it's bad because Stu Block,
Very distinct voice by himself.
yes, in his band Into
Into
Eternity
Eternity,
was
yep.
awesome. And
Yeah.
he did not sound like Matt Barlow when he was into
Nope.
Into Eternity.
That's a great point. I just think about that.
And he joined Iced Earth.
Do you
and
think
now,
he's doing that on purpose, or do you think the music drives the way he sounds?
I think he's doing it on purpose. He has to.
No, that's a great point. Albert
No,
just brings
that's.
up.
I mean, sometimes the music.
No,
but
because
the
if
music
you-
is so
but
different.
Hold on, but Albert just brings up a good point. If you have 3 or 4 albums with Barlow singing, you already expect what Iced Earth is going to sound like.
I don't know if he's purposely trying to.
Because if you're a blind Iced Earth fan listening to all these albums, you go into it, you think, hey, this is what Iced Earth is to me. Iced Earth has a new singer. You want them to. It's like if a female singer came into Iced Earth. It's drastic.
That
but
could be interesting.
Yeah, but that's not what you think of Iced Earth as sounding
Actually, it'd be
like.
badass if there's a female and like Matt Barlow.
That
just
would be, yeah.
Dynamo.
Yeah.
But from talking to Matt,
George
I-
is getting bothered. He's like,
Yeah,
he's like,
George,
I don't know about all this.
George didn't like
I have an opinion here.
George didn't like it because I asked Matt. I think we're in agreement that John Schaefer rules that band with an iron fist. Mm-hmm. Even though they're brother-in-laws, whatever Schaefer wants, he fucking gets.
It's his band.
It's
so-
his band. So,
This
if you want to hear more Matt Barlow, listen to Ashes of Aries. That's all I got to say.
This brings up a whole nother. We're getting way off again.
Can of worms. All
I'll shut up.
right. Moving
No,
on.
hold on. Let me ask you guys this.
I was gonna say something else, but
No, say it, please, Albert.
no.
If you don't say it, we're always going to wonder.
Yeah, Albert, fucking say it,
Speak your mind,
please.
man.
I want to hear. I'm very curious.
Okay, there's a lot of bands out there where it's a collective.
Yeah.
Now,
Ice Earth does not come off like it is.
well, and then there's some bands, aka Megadeth. I could think of some local bands.
Megadeth is top of my list. Where it's a dictatorship.
It's a dictatorship,
Dick something.
and it lasts for a while, but then it's always this one member that's just circulating people. Sometimes it's really successful. Sometimes it's the demise of the band.
Well, that was almost like death back in
No.
the day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, it was always Chuck.
But you never heard negative stories about
No.
Chuck, did you?
Well, no, because I think
heard some recently.
Oh.
I
So, I
never
mean,
heard that.
Wow.
I think John and I have been involved in both types of bands, where it's a collective and sometimes it's more one person. And I'd like to
But
think
is it always the singer though?
no, definitely not.
no.
I
Okay.
mean, like right now,
Okay.
I yesterday.
Starth isn't the singer; it's the guitar player.
No, but I know that.
I mean, right now with our band, Yesterday Saints, we are a collective. We all, I mean, we love to write
25,
together.
25,
we
25 split,
fight
yeah.
together. We do everything together, and we've known each other long enough where we work it out. And it's not like you're out if you don't agree with this. Where there's other bands, I think John's played in, I've played in, everyone's played in.
Yeah.
Where it's been like, dude, it's not working out. You're not following my paradigm. What do you? I mean, you guys not being in bands but music lovers. What do you think about?
Yeah.
I mean, like Iced Earth, where they're going through different singers and stuff. It's almost a comedy hearing you guys talk about it. It's like, well, they got this guy, but he worked it out and this and that. Where when I was growing up, before I was in a band, I always respected the bands that stuck together.
Yeah.
Where it's still the core group, all 4 or 5 members, and you're like, this is amazing that they're still together and still kicking ass and writing great music. Not that there aren't some good bands that have exchanged members that are still good, but it's almost become this new thing where, oh, it's okay, let's just replace them. Let's just replace them.
It's funny because later on in the episode, our top 3 kind of touches on this. I'll go ahead and say what the topic is this week. Is top 3 replacement singers that worked out. Because a lot of times when bands
Funny how
lose a
things
singer,
segue, huh?
yeah. Well, we're not going to go into that yet.
Oh, did I go too far down the list?
I was just like, I got a band in mind right now. It's like,
I'm okay if we hop around.
Let's jump. Let's scramble around here.
Whoa. Yeah, well,
Okay, what do we got next, George?
all right. So, according to Eric Peterson, he says that there will be no New Testament album until 2016.
Why not?
We were told, we were promised a 2015 Testament album. What the
Something
fuck?
happened.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as it's badass.
What did you think of the Dark Roots album?
Fucking
I
loved it.
have not heard it yet.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, it's awesome.
I heard a song or two off of it.
Well,
It's good.
It's fucking awesome.
I mean, I'm such an old school Testament fan. I'm cool with not a new one.
We
okay.
on our last tour, we did listen to which Testament album was it? Under the Black or not?
Practice What You Preach.
Yes,
love that.
No, because our guitarist, he's
we listened to the whole album and we're like, wow,
Whit,
I've
our
listened to this
guitarist
ages.
Whit is not familiar with some just old school good metal.
We've been teaching him.
Yeah, so we were listening to when we were heading out to Kentucky, we put on practice what you preach for him.
He's
And
like,
just
what's this?
Yeah, well, no, he's like, dude, you gotta listen to Alex Skolnick. Like, you gotta check this guy out. Like,
He loved it.
oh yeah, no, he's fucking totally digging it. Like on the ride, he was looking up videos on this.
I saw them on that tour. That was awesome.
Yeah,
tour.
no, oh man, fucking, I don't know. I'm such an old school kind of guy. Like even though I'm like that, not that old in a way. Like I still fucking love old school thrash. That's like, I don't know. That's just my whole
All right,
thing.
I got to do one.
Yeah. We got any picture time?
Hey Jay, can you Skype yourself in? Could you
just get in between us here?
We're trying to take a picture
Let's take a
here.
picture time, George.
I'm smiling.
Are you smiling?
Can you guys do like a
Oh,
weird
wait.
like hand emoji smiling for Jay or whatever?
Oh, whoa! Let's see if this works.
Yeah, look.
Oh, John, we gotta get over here.
Yeah. Get over here.
We need a selfie stick.
We're gonna do a selfie here.
Get a selfie.
This is a live
Should I
selfie.
get a live selfie? If this isn't fucking
I can do this too.
This has to be. Oh,
Oh my god. All right.
There's like 2 cameras going.
George, put the penis away.
Huh.
Like,
All right.
all right. This is going to be blind.
oh shit.
It's gonna be terrible. I'm
Let's
not gonna
see.
be in it. I'm not gonna be.
You're
in
not going to be in it. Yeah, you're barely. In it.
He's barely in.
it. Called it.
Yeah.
That worked. Well, all right, that works.
You look great, Jay.
You're gonna,
Jay, you are looking fucking swole as shit, dude.
I'll just have John send me.
Okay, let's go. Go ahead, George. What's next?
That's awesome. You're like,
Go ahead, George.
All right. After our little selfie break there.
yeah.
So this isn't exactly new news. Some of this stuff's a little old. This next one is about Kirk Hammett. Apparently, he lost a phone that had 250 riff ideas on it.
Idiot.
That fucking hurts. I mean, I don't care who you are. If Justin Bieber lost a phone with 250 ideas on it, that would pain me. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't. But,
No.
but you know the pain. I mean, to have all this stuff and then to lose all that.
I could see that happening. I mean, with the way technology is today, I know like Whit, our guitarist, he doesn't even have a laptop. Or
He still carries 3x5 floppies around.
I swear everything is on his phone.
But you think, though, somebody like Kirk Hammett nowadays,
Would have
he
more
would have
money to-
backups of all of this.
Backblaze.
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Here, we got a plug here.
Well, but here's
But like
you would think
somebody,
You would
in Metallica,
think.
they would have.
Yeah.
You'd have to have a backup of all that.
not necessarily. I mean, but the cool thing about all our phones is you can get like an iRig or whatever by IK Multimedia, which Whit has. He sends me
Just
riffs.
plugging everywhere.
Whit sends me riffs that he recorded on his phones, and he just emails them to me. I'm like, okay, I'll write some drums to it and shit. So I could totally see that. 250 sounds a little. Come on, dude. By the time you get to like 10 or 12, maybe you're gonna like record them on something other than your phone, or you have emailed them to somebody. But okay,
I've always wondered about that. Metallica, whenever they go into the studio, they're like, yeah, we've got like 50, 60 songs in the can. We just got to whittle that down. I'm like, how the fuck do you come up with that many songs?
They've got cameras on them all the time.
Exactly. Everything you're doing is
if they took a shit weird, you could get that.
That's a song. That's a song.
So, but here, what I had said earlier. Okay, he lost 250 songs. So what?
That's a song
Because
too.
what?
Fucking what?
No, you gotta add some weird like.
Before we were recording, I was like, some of the best artists, they painted, and everyone was like, this is amazing. They rip them up because that painting was a segue to their greatest work. Mm-hmm. So consider, what he lost or whatever, a practice to something better. Because not everything you record is great.
True.
But I think it's a great tool. I love being able to record all the time. But I record a lot of stuff, and it's not like it's gold.
Clown shoes.
I know what you're saying. That's very true.
It was clown shoes.
Not what you were saying.
Stop
was clown
texting, Jay.
shoes. This that noise.
So I guess what I'm saying is, okay, you've lost some demo stuff you record and everything, but if it's good enough,
it'll come back.
It'll come back, and it's going to come back better.
Well, it's even the stuff that we write. Like, we'll come up with stuff. Like, we'll fucking practice and be like, this is awesome. Like,
we're going to remember it.
We'll remember this in 2 days' time.
No.
And then, nope.
It's nothing.
Like, we have a general idea of what we did.
It was like we got retarded in 2 days. It's
it's exactly that.
And we're pissed. We're like, that was so badass last practice. And we're like, oh, what was it? Oh.
Yeah, no, it's like, I'll look down like at my bass and be like, I remember it was heat.
Like,
it was here. Why is it down here today?
Yeah, exactly. I remember doing this part, but everything else is
kind of
see what happens.
And then I'm like, John, no, that sucks.
Yeah, that's John. That's
it was
funny.
badass last practice.
I was like, why are you even in the band right now? This is horrible.
Just leave until you remember your part.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand anymore.
Oh my god. Why am I even playing with you?
Why did we accept you into our band?
Yeah.
Why are you in this band now?
This is unacceptable.
I gave you a vote of confidence?
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
It's now midnight. We need to do a new station identification.
Jay's like, I have a CD release party tonight. Fuck.
W666.
Who cares?
WKOB out of.
It's 3 o'clock for you.
Jay needs to give his best fucking show tonight, and we're fucking keeping him on the line for 3 hours.
Jay's
No worries.
Fuck you guys and your beer.
Yeah, Jay's drinking his fucking herbal iced tea.
He's like naked in the shower right now. He's been off for a while.
Hey, Jay. How you doing?
Hey, Jay.
We're still here. We're still here.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Jay, how's that solar power treating you?
That's cool. Just take a break every once in a while to insult me.
That was the fuck you laugh.
I fucking love Jay.
All right, moving
Jay,
on.
but I'm on Jay's level now. I own a fucking Prius.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you really? I have a Mustang 5.0.
Wait, what year of 5.0?
2013.
Ooh, okay, no, I
Does it have
This is what I'm doing for the
horsepower?
ecology. Have you ever seen Dr. Strangelove?
Yes.
You know that scene where he's going down on the bomb and he's riding like a horse? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's me
Slim.
driving my car, just
That's
like
you?
burning up as much fuel as I can.
George just fucking runs over hippies and hipsters all day long.
Yeah,
There's nothing like hippie hunting.
Well,
if
you know,
you had no 12, I could beat you, but no.
I'm
13.
totally confused. So, what really is a hipster?
It's a Jay.
It's whoever you don't like.
Jay, I can describe,
we
I
don't
can
know what
describe
Jay.
a hipster.
We don't know what Jay looks like.
No, this is a
Oh,
hipster.
Jay
right
is a
there.
hipster?
No, this is it. George is going to pull up a picture.
I'm sorry, Jay.
But this is a
No, no, no.
hipster. You're 6 foot. You wear medium shirts.
Medium?
You wear
That are
medium.
slightly tight.
the schmedium.
Yes, medium.
Slightly
you wear
mediums.
you wear skinny jeans. You don't keep your keys in your pocket. You keep them in a carabiner on your back because you tuck them in your back pocket. You wear like Converse shoes. You wear a beanie, but it's off your ears.
Oh, he's a total hipster.
Yeah, he's a total hipster.
I don't know. I'm not getting a hipster vibe. Like, I don't see the side parted hair with the big beard and the.
Dude, Jay came on the podcast first day. We're like, Jay, give us your favorite bands of all time.
Oh,
he
definitely
He
hipster.
said Muse, Vampire Weekend. Okay, George, get back. Jay is sexy,
Jay,
nonetheless.
we
but-
just saw a couple pictures of you, and we've nailed you to a T.
are they just like randomly getting images off the internet?
You're,
Somebody
you're totally giddy.
Actually, there were the naked photos you sent me
Yeah.
last week.
those are naked selfies you sent
So,
George.
I'm not sure about the innie or outie, but
Jay may be a hipster, but he's hung like a horse. Just talking from
I regret
experience.
sending
A
those
very
now.
small plastic horse.
Okay. Go on. Next story. That's
Next
Jay.
story.
That is Jay and I's secret. Jay's our third mic, but he's also fucking one of me.
We love you, Jay.
We love Jay.
All right. So,
Jay's interview that never fucking ended.
yeah, exactly.
you might have to miss your show tonight. You have to choose what's more important.
Maybe I can find some. I'll just take the laptop with me.
Hey, there you go.
We'll be podcasting. We'll get that live show after all.
Yeah.
You'll be like, "Hey guys, I'm on stage. Hang on a second, let me play this song."
Give me like 40
Yeah,
minutes.
Jared go up there on stage saying, "Yeah, welcome everybody tonight. I want to thank you guys for coming out. I want to thank the Metalheads pod.
Yeah, put it
Everybody's
through
like,
the PA.
What?
You know,
What the fuck is this?" Okay, George, go ahead. He has a show. He has his metal release. Get on, George.
All right, here we are. In case you didn't pick it up on Record Store Day, Slayer has released a video, YouTube, whatever, streaming of the song "When the Stillness Comes." Has anybody heard this?
No.
Nope.
I heard it.
I asked Jay to pick it up for me. He didn't find it.
I heard a new Slayer song this morning.
Yeah.
It was off their new album. It's gonna
Was
be
it When the
released,
Stillness Comes? Probably.
but- What one?
When the Stillness Comes?
That's the song title.
Yeah.
It could be.
It could be.
Or it started with no something.
I wasn't terribly. I mean, it wasn't bad.
It just sounded like punk, whatever.
It sounded like a demo for South of Heaven to me.
I wasn't. It was like okay, but
It had that like mid-tempo feel,
Yep.
and I was.
Slay-
It wasn't terrible,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like.
I wasn't like,
ooh.
oh, I want to
Yeah.
buy it.
Going off what George says, Slayer the past couple years hasn't been bad. But it's also
it
something
sounds like
super
shit
exciting.
they've done over
Yeah.
and over.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
exactly.
I feel like with a lot of these older like 80s
They're trying
big
to
bands. They're trying to write new stuff, kind of like try to go back to their roots. When for me personally, I don't care. I want to hear the old stuff. Like when I see them live, I want to see fucking Rain
Well,
Blood. I want to see fucking
unless
like
they're
Injustice
pioneering-
for all.
But they have to keep putting out new stuff, though.
No, but what if
You don't have to.
I don't. Yeah, exactly. I agree with
that's
that.
a good
I don't
point.
think that they have to. I think they can.
They could tour on Rain and Blood for
No,
the rest of
Oh
their
my
career.
god! I think
I-
they totally could.
They could.
I disagree.
Really?
Well, to an extent. because when I see like a band like Slayer or something like that, I want to hear the old stuff. But if they can keep producing kick-ass music, which they're not.
Exactly. Well,
I mean, but I mean, I think as a band, I mean, there are some bands that can keep, 20 years on, keep writing kick-ass music. And I think Slayer has kind of gotten in this rut.
But you know what I got to say though, I saw Slayer on their last tour here in the Bay Area, and it was the best time I ever saw them.
What's that?
What was that, Jake?
With Gary Holt. I just saw Slayer here the last time they were here a few months ago, and it was the best Slayer show I've ever been to. Shit, you not.
Gary Holt's playing.
It was just like
Gary
the
Holt's
best
awesome,
fucking set list.
but I mean, if Slayer's going to be trying to come out with new stuff, I mean, shit, half their stuff they came out with it was Jeff Hanneman. Like, he
all the good
is
stuff.
Slayer.
Well, I mean, that's
everybody
where
thinks
they
Kerry
need to bring
King.
the other guys to the level.
Well, that's the thing. But Kerry King, he's not.
No.
He is like a face. He's not
Jeff
one.
Hanneman was the songwriter.
That's a good point.
I mean,
He's the face.
He's a face. He wasn't what Slayer is.
It's
Jeff
You know what,
Hanneman wrote.
I'm going to give it a chance. because I can tell you,
Yeah,
Gary
we have
Holt
to
is
give
the
it a
best.
Oh yeah, I
chance.
mean, what they need to do
But
is
you-
let Gary Holt do
But-
some of the writing.
Jake,
Yeah.
go off of what you say. We have to give them a chance. Nothing what they put out recently has been super bad.
It's just okay.
It's just there.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's
okay,
just
it's another Slayer song
Yeah.
that sounds like something they could have wrote 10 years
You
ago.
know what?
Like-
This is great. I wish I could find it. There's this hilarious meme that I saw just a couple days ago, and it was a description of the next Slayer record. It must have been on Reddit or something, and it was like, I'm not going to do it any justice, but it's like, intro song about Nazis, filler, somewhat better filler, song,
Nazis.
Somewhat better.
Ed Gein filler.
You know what Slayer needs to do? They need to reinvent themselves a little bit, not a lot, but just like the holy shit moment where you're like, oh my god, the drummer just like injected himself with nitrous, the guitarist, just did this insane riff.
They almost kind of need to do what
Tom
Cryptopsy has
Araya
done.
went outside of his box a little bit.
We'll talk about them later, John. Hold on to that thought.
Okay.
No, but you know what I mean?
Yep.
Because that's what the new bands are doing, and Slayer can still be who they are, but they can just like just give into a little bit of modernization. Not that they have to give up who they are, but just punch it a little bit.
They did that already once. It was called, what was the name of that shitty fucking record?
God Hates Us All or whatever.
Oh, no, that one's pretty good. There was one a few years ago. They call it their Turbo. Oh, God, it was a shitty fucking record.
No, but
it was their attempt
You
to
said
kinda do
shitty.
something.
It needs to be good.
Yeah, clearly.
I'm not saying reinvent yourself bad, but it just needs to be a little more badass. Because what was badass in '86 is not badass in 2015.
True.
Fair enough. But I'll give this new one a chance. I have heard in When the Stillness Comes, and it's nothing special. But
No, I didn't. I was like, I liked it to just like listen in the background, as George said.
it's no big deal.
It's background music. I want front ground, like kick me in the face. I'm going to sit down and listen to this without any interruptions.
Yeah, it's just okay. It's just, and you know what? Everything they do for the rest of their career is going to be just okay.
Yeah.
I hope. I hope you're wrong.
But they're one of those bands
you're
that
wrong.
can just keep doing the old stuff.
they-
I mean, they don't
can
need
survive
to.
on
They
doing
don't
that.
need to come.
It's
out with
like, hey,
anything
But
we
new.
look at this.
I want them to come up with some
but
new
Albert,
shit.
Judas Priest, can they ever get better than Steel ever again?
They-
British Steel is their top.
They could. Well, I
See,
Painkiller.
I don't know.
like that.
I do like Painkiller. George does
Yes,
it. George hates Painkiller.
And Jugulator was okay.
See, I don't want these old bands coming out with something new. I mean, because
No, if it's badass,
But can the badass top their?
it can. If they,
There's
you
only
always-
I
one
don't think it
band.
can.
There's only one band. Buke's gonna groan. That is
He
probably
already
even,
knows.
probably even more badass than they were in the day. Jay, back me up. Motherfucking Triptychon. Okay.
I don't know Triptychon
I
very
don't
well.
either.
Do you know Celtic Frost?
Yes.
Okay. Well, think of Celtic Frost like better.
Okay.
They Buke is a fucking poser.
I don't know. No,
I think we need another beer.
I think I don't know. Like all these old school, like thrashy 80s. Wait.
Oh, I'll get it.
You're reading it from
We have a broman going on here.
Talk about your movie.
Okay.
I don't know.
John, we got this.
All right, no, I think like a lot of these old like 80s thrash bands, they're just not in their element anymore nowadays when it comes to metal.
And that's like 99% of them.
But I still think like with Slayer, Metallica, like just play the old stuff. That's what people like. The newer stuff is just not selling. It's not good.
I agree, and that's why Triptychon is so fucking badass.
See, I don't know Triptychon, so I can't have an opinion on that. Yeah.
I mean, Celtic Frost back in the day were influential. They were good, and then they went away for a while, and then they came back. Like Jay said, Monotheist was the last Celtic Frost album, and it was a reinvention. It was
That fucking record rules.
It's like doomy and death, and it's sludgy and it's heavy.
I think it's the heaviest fucking record ever recorded. I'm not joking.
And then they broke up, and Tom Warrior, Thomas Gabriel Fisher formed another band called Triptychon that continued in the same vein. And whether you like Triptychon or Celtic Frost or not, you cannot deny, if you've heard it, that this music, for a guy that's been making music for over 30 years, is still damn relevant compared to other people like Metallica or Slayer.
So like Celtic Frost, like, I mean, I'm not that familiar with them. How long have they been around?
Like mid 80s.
Early 80s.
Okay, so similar to like when Metallica was coming out.
Yes.
In a way. Okay.
Oh, Metallica again?
Well, no, shut up.
Celtic Frost.
Fuck off.
Can we, like...
No!
We're going to have a Metallica-free show.
You shut your mouth.
No, you say yeah.
Well, no, because my whole point is, it's like, I mean, so I'm not that familiar with Celtic Frost, but I'm assuming it's a different...
would never assume.
When you assume, you make an ass out of you and me.
No, between.
No, that's wrong,
there's a
George. When you
difference between-
assume,
We're
you make
going to
an
be an
ass.
ass together.
All right,
Yeah,
so
I got that
I'm
wrong.
assuming ass.
I'm not that familiar with Celtic Frost. I'm assuming
come
it's
on.
nothing... Yeah, shut up. I've had a few
Hey, I have to stop you for a minute here and just
Wait,
say,
Jay,
if
speaking.
you say I'm not that familiar with Celtic Frost, everything you say after that lacks validity.
Well, then I'm just going to stay quiet then.
No, go on.
Zing.
Well, no, all I'm saying is like
Jay and I are just
don't
gonna
know
drink
how
beers off
like
to the
musically
side.
it is compared to like Metallica, like style. Like I'm assuming it's not as thrashy.
No, it's actually pretty heavy.
There's some cool shit in there.
Well, but I mean, but that's the thing. Everybody knows Metallica.
True.
So if you're more of a mainstream metal band like Metallica, everybody's gonna know the old stuff. They don't.
Agreed.
I mean, frankly, for me, like the newer stuff, I don't care for it.
But you know what? Here's the thing. Like you said, you don't know that much about them, so you get a pass. But what happened with Celtic Frost was they were one of the few examples of a band that came back, essentially reinvented themselves, and made something that was just as relevant as the shit they did in the 80s, but it was relevant today. And that dude, Tom Warrior, he stands out as one of the supreme artists in metal today, as far as I'm concerned. And
Jay, you are correct.
Well,
He's
and
one of
that's
the only
cool.
people that has been able to do that.
Well, and that's cool.
That's what
but-
makes it genius.
But has Metallica done that? Have
No.
they come back?
No,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
Yeah. No,
So if
your
can't
point is well
reinvent
taken.
yourself into something cool.
Yeah,
then
your
just-
point is well taken. It's a very rare occasion for that to happen. That almost never happens. And so I am the same way, dude. You know what I mean? Like if I go see Slayer, I'm not like, God, I hope they play something off Divine Intervention. You know what I mean? That's just not who I am.
and can I point out that was a Kerry King album?
Well, that's what I'm saying. But
Can I
if
say
you can't-
Divine Intervention is not my favorite album?
No.
No, but if you can't reinvent yourself into something cool compared to what you were before, like that level,
Then don't do it.
Just exactly. Just stick with what you were doing.
Yeah.
And just keep playing because that's what people like. That's what they want to hear. Like if you're gonna keep coming out with albums that are shit, just keep playing the old stuff.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, there are
Metallica.
bands
Just
like Maiden who haven't really changed at all that still manage to put out pretty decent records every once in a while. So it just depends on who you are. You know, some of the newer Maiden records are actually pretty good. You know, so
I love it when bands can persevere through time and stay current and keep putting out kick-ass albums generation after generation. I mean, it's really tough to do. I mean, there's a lot of carnival bands or whatever, like take Quiet Riot, for example, on your wall.
I just saw them last
Quiet Riot does not have anything new,
week. No.
but they're still touring off their old stuff. They have a
With
new
a
they have,
different singer.
Jizzy Pearl, who was in what?
Every other band.
Who has the greatest name ever?
I could totally say.
Jizzy Pearl these nuts.
So
Okay, first of all, Jizzy Pearl, the Wayne Newton of metal.
I think I jizzy pearled on my wife last night.
No dissing on Jizzy Pearl or anything, but they're just playing
just
stuff that was written 30 years ago.
Let's give you my new video game gamer tag.
When did Metal Health come out? Like
83.
80, is it 83?
83.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. Or no, 83 or 84.
Well, 30 years. So the only original member is the drummer.
Yes, Frankie Banali.
And, kudos to him for keeping the band alive. And, people are still going to, they play the fair circuit. Is fair.
Yeah, they played M3 last week. I went to that.
So that's a little level up. But they weren't playing anything close to new.
No.
You act like they have some sort of vaunted history. Fuck quite right, man.
No, I don't really know where I'm going with this, other than okay.
I wish you stopped your sentence there. I don't know where I'm
Other
going with
than
this.
Jizzy Pearl.
So, but John was driving home a point that once a band gets to where he likes them, just keep doing what you're doing. And
it's not what I'm saying. I think it's what I was trying to drive was. Once you get to your peak, all right, so Metallica pretty much hit their peak before the Black Album.
Yes, they did.
And then they kept writing.
But
I can still
depends on what you say peaking. Because the numbers would show that
I can still respect Load and Reload. I can respect it for what Metallica is.
Wait till you hear
Let the
those
record
snares
state
later.
that Albert does not
Yeah,
like
let
these.
the Alberts let the record state.
But when the Saint Anger came out, oh my god!
Well, yeah, compared to Saint Anger. Saint Anger compared to fucking Load and Reload is fucking garbage.
Why would you even name it?
But that's what I'm saying is once you get to that point where
Well, you know about the album artwork, right?
I don't even want to know.
For what?
It's
Saint Anger?
No, Load. It's actual Load.
it's
blood and
it's a bloody load.
It's blood and load
Are you
between
serious?
plexiglass.
Yeah, you didn't know.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah, well, no,
I want to can I send him on here? Hero of the Day. I like that fucking song now.
Yeah, that's a good one. I agree, Buke. That's a good song.
So ex-Bathory drummer Jonas Ackerland is going to direct a feature film about the book Lords of Chaos.
Read it.
Yeah, read it.
I've read it too. Basically,
Crazy.
the book is about mostly it's about the early Norwegian black metal scene, Euronymous, Varg, all that shit. There's some South American stuff in there
We just
too.
played with Varg.
Really?
Yeah. Cool dudes.
Really?
Yeah.
No. Varg
this-
by Kieran, like Count Grishnak?
No, he's not playing right now.
From Germany.
Oh no.
This dude's a different dude. This is the
Band
guy
Varg.
from...
I'm familiar with him.
No, the name is Varg.
No, the guy's name is Varg.
Oh, okay.
The band is Burzum.
We played with the band Varg.
The band's Burzum.
We made tour with
Yeah,
them.
no, I've heard of them. They are cool.
Yeah, we played with them and we may tour with them in Europe in the future. So
Nice.
badass.
You know what's happened? They're going to forget about us, George.
Yeah.
Yep.
We can go to Europe and be like,
Yep. Sit in the fucking. Hey, this is the 10,000 person show. Yep, your tent way in the back, bitches.
Anyway,
if you guys are there, we'll fucking talk to you.
Who?
anyway, there's going to be this movie, and
We're so bad at keeping the timeline moving.
when we're sober, we're good.
Yeah, George had to buy a new fucking keg. Thanks, George.
it was empty 3 days ago. I was like, shit.
It's your fault.
It is. Anyway, there's
Not in a bad way.
Yeah.
no.
All right,
Okay,
Bathory.
so summing up,
Bathory.
movie, black metal, one guy kills another guy. There's going to be a movie about it.
Okay.
And it actually makes sense to me because it's the whole, we're going to make music and we're going to be pals and then bad things happen and somebody dies and end of story. I think it'll actually be a decent movie.
Well, here's the thing.
particularly because the drummer from fucking Bathory
Now,
is directing it.
A lot of that stuff with like Bathory and everything, I mean, happens. I mean,
that scene was pretty fucking extreme.
and
Yeah.
people actually go to jail for the acts they've done.
They were
And
killing
it's like-
people.
Well, this is all based on a true story.
yes.
So I mean,
That's
it's,
the thing. Is like, are they gonna try to pull fucking oh shit, what was that fucking like almost like Cannibal Holocaust? Like, are they gonna go kind of that route with the movie?
Well, I mean, they're basing it on the book, so if the book's about that.
Well, no. I mean, the only thing I'm bringing up is like, are they going to go real with it? Like, are they going to go like because like with what Cannibal Holocaust? It was they were fucking really butchering people and
Yeah, well, I mean,
animals.
the book Lords of Chaos is about the Norwegian scene back in the early '90s.
Yeah, well,
and how
I
they
mean-
burned churches and people were murdered. And
But I mean, if he's going to be directing this, is he going to be trying to like stay true to everything, or will they actually do all this shit again?
Or is there going to be some
that's my point.
liberties
It's like-
taken?
or is he
No,
going
well-
to is he going to be trying to be like professional and make it look like it actually?
well, apparently there's going to be a Culkin involved.
A Culkin.
Yeah, like
What was that?
Macaulay Culkin?
no, it's like Corey Culkin or
Home
something
Alone?
like that. So yeah, whatever. I don't care. I think.
The
He's gotta be-
Culkins.
yeah, he's gotta be
Home
Home
Alone
Alone
in Norway.
Yep. All right, moving on.
Yeah,
We're
move
gonna-
along, hurry
We're going
up.
to keep it moving along.
It's going to be cool.
Yeah, how's it
That's
gonna
all
be
that
cool?
matters.
Move along.
We're skipping along to the
So-
last news item.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Kurt Cobain?
We're not.
Oh, damn it.
I wanted
You want
to.
to talk about Kurt Cobain?
I wanted to,
He
but
got
no,
raped
Talk
for
about-
more money.
yeah.
Talk about Kurt Cobain.
Okay.
Something about his personal
How about
collection.
skip the one you want to talk about?
I'm
Talk
gonna
about Kurt Cobain.
I'm gonna sum it up. We're gonna move on.
Okay.
Okay, we'll skip Kurt.
Yeah.
We'll talk
Kurt-
about Gwar and Bill.
We're even squipping.
We're in Squippin'.
We're even skipping Guar.
Squip.
Damn it! How can you squip?
Squip
like
guar.
we're squipping.
It's a squip guar.
It's
Whenever
not,
we drink on this podcast, we usually make up 2 or 3
it's not
words. in
skipping. It's not moving
It's
forward.
squipping.
We're
but they're
squipping.
good words.
Jay is building a
All right,
dictionary.
I
of
do know
words from
you
this
want to talk
podcast.
about Bill Ward.
Yes.
What is this about?
All right,
He releases accountable beats.
Beasts.
Beats. You know,
So,
he's
okay.
a drummer.
Oh, he
so
is a drummer.
it's
He
quite-
is accountable for the beats.
It's quite assumable that he would.
Indeed. So, there was the controversy when Black Sabbath released their latest album, 13, that Bill Ward was not included along with.
I will admit it's a bummer that he wasn't. I mean,
It is.
the Rage Against the Machines drummer.
Yes.
he did a good job.
He did.
I mean,
He did a great job.
he did a heck of a
he
lot
pl-
better job on tour than Ozzy did.
He actually played the part and sounded like that
Right.
era and everything. So no disrespect to him, but it sucked that Bill Ward wasn't part of the
Right.
I mean, because Black Sabbath is Black Sabbath. And
Exactly.
if you could have all original members,
That would
from
be-
the 70s, that's
Oh,
badass. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay. But so
Moving on.
everybody was complaining, no Bill Ward, boo-hoo. Bill Ward was complaining, hey, why you got to insult me, say I'm too fat to play, blah, blah, blah. So he released his own solo album called Accountable Beasts.
Haven't heard it.
It fucking sucks.
Well, what do you think? He doesn't have his.
no, I mean,
He doesn't have his chi.
It really.
How is the drumming on? I haven't heard it.
Okay, like
Is it?
Saint Anger? No. Okay, Lulu? No.
Is he in time and shit? Or
I haven't listened to it from that perspective, but it sounds
But
like
just
a
the
bad,
music is-
It sounds like a bad Jethro Tull album.
No.
A bad Jethro Tull album. Really?
so he's trying to do something as but didn't.
Let's just,
No.
let's
So
just
he's
say
trying to show
now
off,
that of all the people to do solo records, the drummer is not the right choice. You know what I mean? Like that's
Ringo
I can
Starr.
think of Herman Rarebell. No offense to any drummers in the neighborhood, but like when Herman Rarebell did a solo record, and Ringo Starr does solo records. I mean, come on, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay, well,
that's just not
Ringo
gonna work.
Starr, he did what? He had one hit off of that, didn't he?
He did.
Doesn't matter. It's still ring.
But he had a hit. One
All
hit
right.
wonder.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, let's get into
Anyway, it was just kind of a bummer that it kind of sucked.
Yeah.
I mean, you would expect. I mean, I would like to think any member of that band could just be gold. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's what any metal fan, because they're one of the quote unquote pioneers of that time. You would like to think any member of Black Sabbath could come up with something that's just kick ass.
You know what's really shitty is that I follow them on Facebook, and whenever they post a photo now, Bill's not in it.
Yeah.
Which I think is fucking so shitty. Like they literally today posted of the 3 of them in the 70s with no Bill.
So they edited out?
Yep, he's like they only show pictures of him like where he's on the margin, and then they cut him out. It's so fucking weird.
We all know that.
So they're acting like he's doesn't exist anymore. You know what, dude? Fuck Sabbath. They're the greatest metal band in the history of the world, but fuck Sabbath, dude. And fuck Ozzy.
Fuck
too.
him.
Fuck that guy.
Well, Jay, being in a band, it's like being married to 4 or 5 other guys.
Sure.
Not all marriages work.
Yep.
And,
That's true, but I mean-
I think the paramount of any band, even with us in Yesterday Saints, is communication.
Key.
Oh yeah.
You got to be able to talk, right down to doing interviews, talking as a band.
Coming on this bullshit podcast.
I mean, whether whether it's something euphoric or whether it's something totally shitty,
Yeah.
you got to be able to talk to each other.
Well, I'm just glad that they're wrapping it up, honestly.
Yeah.
Fucking Sabbath needs to call it a day.
Well, Sabbath just needs to get a diaper off of them and figure it out. And
Sure.
Sabbath can just rest on their laurels.
They had
Volume
I would prefer
4.
if
Fucking
go on for. I want to see Ozzy when he's like 95, hopping up like a chicken
on the teleprompter, reading along.
I will be one of those guys.
He's going to be like a marionette.
I'll be paying $150 for a ticket to see Ozzy jump up like a turkey when he's 95.
You know what? I really won't. I have to tell you. Like, I'm not, it depends on who it is.
I was lying a little bit.
Albert's like, no. Fuck Ozzy.
Damn it, Jay, I was trying to bait you.
If there's like a sarcasm signal you could send me or something, I'd really appreciate
I can't see your face, but that was a bait. That was a bait signal.
it.
Okay,
Shit.
here's what's happening. We're going to go into new releases, and it's going to be a lightning round.
Go ahead.
All right.
I'm going to say an album. Nobody can say more than one word,
Okay.
if at all.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
Yes or no?
Because these guys
Yes,
probably don't know.
it can be yes, no, fuck you,
Yeah.
fuck.
Go ahead. Let's
Indifferent.
go.
One word.
Yeah, because we have to wrap this up by 7.
Yes.
Okay, Drudka is releasing a furrow cut short. For me, my word is hell. Yes. That's
I
one
don't.
word.
They never sung in English when I listened to them. So okay,
That's more than one word.
whatever.
Do you guys know them? No. Okay.
No.
Moving on.
No.
Moving on. There's a gruesome.
I'm gonna take this.
Seven-
If you're a fan of old school death metal, bloodbath style,
No, this is a complete death tribute.
it is.
You made it
What-
one
what-
record.
How
You made
how
it
often
down
did
one.
I ask you for this album? All
made it
the
one-
fucking time.
It's the
You made
dude
it
from
down.
Exhumed.
Hey, you made it down one record and then you broke the one word rule. That was awesome.
I was I'm not a big fan.
One word.
I love Jay in the background. He's like the voice of
And
reason.
Jay's like, what?
Hold on, I have something to say. And
Oh,
because
Jay, what was that?
Gruesome.
the only reason I say that, Jay, is because you're like slightly quieter, and there's like this underlying.
Yeah, Buke is loud.
John says no.
Yeah, I'm your subconscious.
Exactly.
Hey, one word. Don't break the one word rule here, man.
Okay, old school fans of death metal, check out this band.
All right. Next up, Monolord and their album Vanier.
My one word: crushing.
My one word.
It doesn't
Stop trying to be
count.
artsy.
If you don't say the word fast, this isn't a lightning round.
I
That's a good point.
It's not going to be one word. Music good, vocals too low.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Don't know him.
Yep.
Septic.
Ooh.
I mean, pass to say a word.
CEPTIC?
Oh, you have to get technical.
Well, no, I'm like, I know too many bands.
I mean, septic in a good way.
okay.
Like,
Yes.
All right.
Okay, go along.
Satyricon, live at the opera.
I heard this. I listened to this when you sent it to me. This is good stuff.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Yeah, agreed. Brilliant. Good choice.
Okay. Shattered Sun, Hope Within Hatred. I only included this because they're on that Dark Roots of Thrash 2 tour. My word is bullshit.
Okay, I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah, I'm going. No, I don't know it
I
yet.
don't know.
That one is,
Next time you got to play
meh.
this shit. For
It's
us
metalcore
before.
bullshit. It's horrible.
Okay,
It's metalcore.
we'll skip it.
Okay. Next one. Shining 9, Everyone, Everything, Everywhere Ends. My word is brilliant.
My word is haven't heard it yet.
Nobody else has heard
I
it.
got to pass on
Yeah,
this
nobody knows this. It's a Norwegian band, mostly in Norwegian. But honestly, I just recently got into these guys after years
All right,
of reading
George.
about them.
Next time. Next time,
Play them a sample.
we're gonna hang out back there, and you're gonna
In the
play us
bar,
these
yeah.
bands. So
Yeah,
we can,
well, hey, you know,
Next
so we
time-
can go Angawa or Uga Chaka.
well, see, I normally give these guys the albums ahead of time if I can.
Yeah, fair warning. I mean,
yeah.
I may love that album you just heard.
Shining is very avant-garde. It's good. Trust me.
Or at least
Okay.
like this background ambience. Oh, that was
Okay, next up, Japanese black metal band Psy.
This is really good.
And their new album, Grave Word.
This is good.
Good.
You
is
sent
my
this to
word.
me the other day. This is really good.
Yeah, bitching.
Man, I feel so out of the loop on
It's
metal
okay.
nowadays.
It's okay, boys. You're not part of this radio scene. It's okay.
Out of loop. Again.
Okay.
Next one I'm going to say, so far in 2015, top 3 album of the year. George, go ahead.
This is Tribulation and Children of the Night. I'm going to say fantastic.
Amazing.
Yeah, I agree with Buke. It's in my top 3 right now.
This album is amazing so far.
This is tough.
Tribulation. Yeah, it's amazing.
For the benefit of John and Albert, Tribulation, old school death metal, but
They play instruments.
but technical. And
what a band
with a
does.
good production.
Damn it! Next time we're gonna hang out for like 2 hours.
I know.
Next time, come over at 7 in the
We're gonna
morning.
hang out for like 2 hours listening to music. And
Yeah.
and
Okay.
then we'll do the show.
It almost like
And
the
we'll
band
set
name
up
sounds
our
like a
drums and
throwback
bass.
to like
Yeah.
an old like Sabbath album like
Yeah.
song or some shit.
Okay, last one. Unleashed
Oh,
with Dawn of the Nine. My word is fucking vengeance.
I haven't heard it yet.
yeah,
Nothing yet,
With
George.
Jay.
Old school
catatonic.
fucking
There it is.
fucking Scandinavian
band.
death
Oh, I
metal.
love Jay.
One of the few bands from back in the day that still seems kind of relevant. Good shit. All right, that's the new releases. We're moving on.
On guard.
All right. This is going to take for fucking ever.
No, we're going to go through it quick.
Top 3
we'll move it quick.
successful switches to a new singer.
Can I go first?
We're gonna each do our
Yeah, let
list.
him go first. I gotta.
And Buke's gonna go for.
I do.
I'm going to go first. This is top 3 successful switches to a new singer. I have 3 singers, 3 albums. I may be by myself here, but
Oh, you're ready to go.
I'm ready to fucking go.
Bam.
I got the mic
and
right
we're,
here.
we're not gonna comment. We're just gonna say them and
Just
move
gonna say,
on. We ain't
number
got time.
3, fuck you all if you don't agree. Kill Switch Engage when Howard Jones? What did that accent come
agreed.
from?
Agreed.
Kill Switch
Agreed.
Engage when Howard Jones joined
Albert
the band.
agrees.
The End of Heartache. Number 2, when Dio joined Black Sabbath for Heaven and Hell. And when number 1, if you guys fucking don't all have this as your number 1, fuck you all. I'm dropping the phone. Look. Fucking Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast.
When Dickinson.
When
wow,
Dickinson
you
joined.
went way back.
Okay, Jay, what do you got?
So what?
Well, I got to tell you, I
what
didn't
about
choose
Clive
Maiden
Burr?
because I knew,
No, Jay's
He's
going.
not a
and I
singer.
thought you
Oh,
would
Jay,
too.
go ahead.
Here's
Oh,
my
that's the
3.
drummer. I'm
Go,
thinking
ahead, Jay.
drums.
Okay, here's go. Number 3,
Got me.
Candlemass switching to Robert Lowe. Makes me unpopular. Fuck you guys.
Fuck you.
King of the Grey Islands is a fucking killer record.
Okay, number 2.
Number 2, weird one, Deep Purple. When Ian Gunn left, it was hard. It was so hard to replace God that they had to replace him with 2 singers, and that was Glenn Hughes and David Coverdale.
Oh, that's a great choice, Jay.
Wow, I wouldn't have
That's
thought of
actually
that.
really good. I didn't think about that, Jay.
Number
Burn
1.
is a killer fucking record.
Jay's been
and though
thinking.
I purposely didn't choose number 1 because Number of the Beast would be my true number 1, but I went with Dio on Heaven and Hell.
But you guys are thinking alike.
We are.
Right.
That's right,
Because
Jay.
again,
That's
I
our
am-
fucking blood brothers.
Well,
I think you would go that way, and I think George might too, but I don't know yet.
I think both you guys are right on
Yeah,
this.
I think we are.
all right. I might as well go now, and then we'll let you guys go.
Go ahead.
Okay, number 3, out in left field, Sentenced when Ville joined with Down.
Give me a high fucking 5. Yes, George. I should have got to the number 1. Let me make out with you right now.
All right, number 2 and number 1, I am in agreement with everybody else. Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and Iron Maiden, Number of the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, God
Color
damn it.
tie.
One of the voices. Dio's
I
one of
don't
the
know what to
voices.
say now.
They're all
Dio and
timeless. They're all
Alright.
Dio and Bruce are timeless changes.
This is the most we've lined up ever.
It is 2 for 3.
You
It's
gotta have
amazing.
something good. You
Come
gotta-
on, John.
I
come on,
don't
John.
think I can top this.
Oh, you have to. You have to.
It's gonna be like, oh, this man.
It's got to be something about Journey, Wheel in the Sky. Or,
I'm thinking Darkane.
You know what?
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. Oh God, I really wish.
When What's His Face was replaced
They went
in
through
Journey.
so many fucking members, like
Perry.
vocalists,
yeah, they did.
but it was pretty much between fucking like Expanding Senses to Demonic Art. Like they just got the same guy. Like I mean, obviously it was like
It was different.
It was like between 3 different
Yeah.
people, But like they all had that same fucking sound that they all like somehow they were able to like just go to the next guy and be like, hey, can you do this? Like, yeah, okay. I can clone that.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can be that to a T.
God, yeah,
That's easy.
well, no, they were all able to pull off the same fucking sound. Like, I mean, you can go. I mean, obviously, there's an out between Expanding Senses and Demonic Art, but like, it was the same fucking vocal style. It was the exact same thing. Like, I mean, I don't know other than.
So I love that John's bringing it a whole new dynamic. You guys all talked about the same thing. John's like,
Yep.
how about this?
He's gonna be the fucking screw.
Number two.
The screw.
I don't have.
Okay,
that was the only one. I had.
Albert, what do you got? It's okay.
Shit.
Yeah,
Albert,
you didn't prepare.
Just agree with us
On the spot.
When fucking
No,
Bruce Dickinson
agree with
joined
me.
Maiden.
I don't want to agree.
Oh, he's gonna hit us with like fucking
So
some.
I'm
He's gonna
just,
say,
I'm
when
just going to throw
Neil-
I'm going to throw the hammer into the anvil. So Queensryche.
Oh, Jay, speak up.
Wait.
You know what? I
What
left one out.
happened?
You know what? You can have your Queensryche, man. I mean, you know,
Wait. No.
I get it. I see where you're coming from. with that.
Yeah, I get it too, but what the fuck's up with that dude?
You know what?
You're out in the Bay fucking area. Come on.
Actually, I left one out that would make me very unpopular, which is I thought when Rob Dukes came to Exodus, he was fucking awesome, and everybody else hates that son of a
All
bitch,
right,
but I
moving
love
on.
him.
No, we're talking about Queensryche, not Exodus.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about me.
Queensryche is barely metal.
Yeah.
You know,
I
Sweet
just-
Sister Mary and all that. That's like badass shit.
I mean, okay. Operation Mindcrime fucking
Operation.
killer.
All right, here we're going to segue here. So, Operation Mindcrime, one of the most brilliant concept albums ever,
Agreed.
and part inspiration for our albums. You know, not entirely, but I mean,
Roundabout way.
because we love concept albums. And when I listen to Queensryche, this is another album besides Slayer's Rain and Blood. When I listen to Operation Mindcrime, I have to listen to the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I mean,
I
if
love
I don't
this
hear
has
that
nothing
window
to do
rolling
with the
down-
top three. You're just like, here's something I'd like to talk about.
Dr. Blake, kill her. That's all you have to do. I mean, it's like, fuck. I mean, it's just goosebumps and everything. The whole album. I mean, I couldn't.
I saw them on that tour with Opening for Justice.
Did you see them when they had the big screen and the Mary on the screen? And
Oh wait, no, yeah, they had that, but they
badass.
They got so much shit thrown at them because they were opening for Metallica.
Well, like I said, it's borderline metal. It's not indie. It's this weird, like,
yeah.
not mainstream.
That's the album for me. I mean, after that, they went more commercial.
Yeah, and when they came out, Jet
Before
City
that, it was
Women.
like, yeah.
Okay.
I just saw them.
But Mindcrime
at
is
M3.
badass.
I agreed. I just saw them.
I will listen to Mindcrime, Rain and Blood, Nile. I mean, all the same thing, you know. I love it.
I saw them at M3 last week, and they had that guy that replaced Jeff Tate, and I was like,
not
wow.
the same.
It sounds just the same.
Yeah, he's good, but he's just like going through the motions.
I would rather see Queensryche with Jeff Tate.
I want to see Queensryche with just Jeff Tate just breathing and living and whatever.
Not going to happen, though.
All right.
I know,
But that
but-
was an
Okay.
ugly split.
It may happen again.
Okay, let's knock this
They
out
kiss
because
and
I
make up.
got my friend's retirement
I got to
party.
leave in like 1 minute.
Yeah, we have to fucking go.
Or I will be fired from my other job.
Right. Okay. Well, rapid fire. Let's all just list something
Yeah,
that we're
let's
listening
list
to.
something that we're listening
Something.
to now.
Oh,
Yeah, just everybody list something that we're listening to now. John?
Impaled medical waste.
Oh,
Nice.
okay. Albert?
come back.
Oh, okay.
You're up.
Skip.
Court of End Times in Charnel Times.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yep.
So I am going to go with Cave of Swimmers, Reflection.
Yes!
All right.
I love that album.
That sounds like a porno.
I'm
good.
going to be completely honest. What I've been listening to. So this is a band back.
Hold on. Hold on.
One word.
Albert, get your thing together. Jay, what have you been listening to?
Troll Fest, Captain Chaos.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Albert.
Avernus.
Ooh.
Sadness.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
It's a band from back in the late 80s, actually mid 90s, I guess. Kind of doomish, operatic kind of
Yeah.
metal.
Yeah.
A little bit underproduced, but just
Avernus?
Avernus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right here.
All right, we can do the
Right
same
now.
thing. We can get through all of these, George.
Okay.
Yeah, good.
Same listing, classic album, right?
Yep. Classic album. All right. Do you want to
Yep.
start, Jay?
Sure. Suicidal Tendencies debut.
Oh,
Nice.
that's nice.
I saw your mommy and your mommy was dead.
Mine. I went on Reddit this week and I was like, give me a little help here because I had a busy work week. This is like if Manowar met Satan, Avenger, Prayers of Steel.
Nice. Okay.
You guys have a classic album you recommend?
No, I don't have one right
It's
now.
fine.
Anything 20 years or older.
Van Halen 2.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
classic.
I'm actually going to go a little
Not
off,
one. It's got to be 2. Well, 1 is cool too.
slightly off the metal track because I'm reading the book. I'm reading the book Ministry, The Lost Gospels, according to Al Jorgensen. So I'm going to go with 1992's
Yes, listen to
Ministry, Psalm 69,
different.
The Way to Succeed and the Way to Suck Eggs.
Nice.
Oh,
Because even if it's kind of industrial, Mike Scotcha is one guitar playing motherfucker.
Sure.
Dude,
Dude, that's
R.I.P. Mike Scotcha.
I call it metal.
Hell yeah.
Damn.
All right, here we are.
here we are. We're at the end.
Are we at the end yet?
Almost.
I mean,
This is it.
do you want to do outlier or you want to skip it?
You guys won't have an outlier, but I thought of this. Maybe you guys can think of this on the fly. An album that the press or your friends, everybody hated, but you really liked. My outlier album, it's a good one. And you mentioned Cryptopsy earlier. This is their 2008 release, Cryptopsy, the Unspoken King.
That is a great fucking
Oh,
album.
Cryptopsy
yes.
got into a little deathcore with this.
It's still
It was
so
bashed.
good.
It was bashed
That's
by
the
a
one
lot
with the
of-
clean vocals.
Yes,
Yeah,
a
it's
little
still
bit.
so
It
good.
was
I
bashed
totally
by,
agree
yep,
with you.
It was bashed by a lot of people.
No,
but
why?
I like it a lot.
The clean vocals on
Yep.
just separated.
It was so
Yes.
cool because it was so different from
It was
Cryptopsy.
something different than
It
what
was
you
so
ever thought.
refreshing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just this badass riffage and
Cryptopsy. You never expected that from them.
and then it just exploded into
Yeah.
this.
I was listening to
liked
this
it.
like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I looked up. The media hated this
I
album.
100% agree with
Yeah,
you.
but I thought it was a great album.
Good job.
No.
Okay.
Jay, what do you got?
Well, mine is going to get me kicked off the podcast as well as kicked out of my band. But so I just want to say I've enjoyed my life up to this point so far.
Just say what you want to say before
I
you
would
say
say
your
this.
last
This band
words.
they're not even the most metal band in the world, but they had one amazing debut record that is by all accounts a wonderful record. They made nothing but shit afterwards.
Catatonic Society.
And they made this one record.
Spit it out, God damn it.
Yeah, Catatonic Society.
Perhaps the most maligned record of the last 10 years, but it's a good record. And it's Guns N' Roses' Chinese Democracy.
Okay, goodbye.
Ooh,
Okay,
wow.
The weakest link.
Yeah, you
On
are
it.
the weak-
Oh, totally unexpected. Totally unexpected.
That's why I had to do this
Wow.
today. I'm telling you, it's a good record, and everybody else who doesn't think so
Oh.
could
And this is the third member of this podcast,
all right,
guys.
all right, Jay, you're gonna make
Okay.
me listen to that again.
When you are the obscure listener in Sweden and you hear this episode next week and Jay says that, unsubscribe
but
to this.
Here's the thing. I like that because it's not. He's like.
You're
I'm a
right. Jay,
100%
yeah.
Jay, you just checked me.
That
sideways.
is an outlier album. Everybody hated
Yeah.
that album.
I just got
Okay.
checked sideways. I'm like,
Yep.
I need to renegotiate
Guys,
my
hold
metal.
on. But this means a lot. Jay and George both have bought hundreds of albums, thousands for their life.
No,
Thousands.
Thousands.
George, what is Jay?
there's
Here
like
we go.
8,000.
Here we
in
go,
that other
Jay.
room
This is
right
the big
there.
question. George, what's your outlier album that everybody hated but you like?
I actually was having trouble coming up with this, but like 2 days ago, it hit me. The self-titled Satyricon album that came out like 2 years ago. Everybody fucking bashed that because the song Phoenix, they had some
Yep.
guy come in and do clean vocals on the Satyricon record.
Back when that was not accepted.
And frankly, you got to let people evolve. And
Yeah.
Satyricon, as far as I'm concerned, just about everything they've done is fucking
But
badass.
back in the day, would you have thought the same though?
That's a good question, Albert.
That's hard.
Yeah, I mean,
that's hard. I mean,
right, I mean, because now you're like, oh, that's badass. But
You're
back
talking
in the-
about like Mother North.
no,
days
but
and
back in
stuff?
the
Yeah.
back in the day, you might have been like,
yeah, I mean, I was never like, oh, it's black or death or nothing.
look back at your notes.
But
Dig back in your archives.
Oh my God, they did not just do that. Fuck that.
Yeah, well, like they went like slightly.
Wouldn't that be funny to see that? You're like, oh, he's like totally ragging on him, and now he loves him.
CD /2002. What?
10 years later, I totally retract everything I said.
I did that once. I was like a neurosis thing or like
You did it
Mastodon.
earlier.
That'd be
Words of
hilarious.
hubris?
Well, it'd be hilarious to like have a recording of you saying you like, no, this just isn't working for me, blah, blah, blah. And now today you're going, badass.
I should say this. Episode 3, George said Catatonic Society he hates. Now
Episode 353.
Now
I
look
love
who's
them.
a member of the episode, Sarah. Look who's a member of the podcast. Jay is.
Yeah. No, I mean, whenever I change my mind on something, I will freely admit and eat crow
Well,
that I fucked
that's
up.
just part of being human. We're allowed to change our minds and
Yeah.
we evolve.
All right. That's pretty much it for this week.
It's like a long episode. Fucking-
As always,
Connect to Wi-Fi for this one, bitches.
yeah. As always, check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Stitcher, and of course, metalheadspodcast.com.
Can we sing a song to end it?
Well, actually,
We're
you
gonna
can.
play one.
Yeah.
We're going to play one.
Well, no, we should sing one.
You
You name it, we'll sing it.
Trails to you until.
Well, it's
we-
got to be badass.
Oh,
It can't be
right.
like skimpy.
All right. Well, before we sing our song, let's announce the last song.
All right.
And I don't know what you're going to think about me choosing this one for the last song.
George
Well-
picked it.
But
Depends on how we think about you.
well, probably not that much then.
Oh, we think.
Come on, George.
If it's off our album, we'll like it.
It's the second to last song, the last like full
Heavy
song.
song.
Albert or John wasn't featured
Well,
on this.
the last song is called Recursion.
Yes, and that is the song we're going to play now because, frankly, it's fucking badass.
Well, do you know what Recursion is about? It's about.
I don't have a clue. I'm too stupid. I failed out of college from drinking too much.
I think we had the best moment
I
with
don't
Jay
have-
just laughing.
I like how I didn't say anything and Jay just chimed in.
I just,
Recursion,
just
please.
love those dead silent
Life
moments.
repeats.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, I did get that out of it. I read the lyrics and I was like, nice.
Life repeats itself, whether it's good or bad. We recurse into our own demise.
Indeed.
Welcome to the recursion.
Shit.
Now, see, we really should go into the song right there.
I know. I couldn't help myself. With Jay. I started laughing. Jay started laughing.
But George isn't that fucking good.
All right, well, what do we...
You can
Okay,
edit that.
we end with fucking this.
Well, or I could go. Welcome.
This
Okay, we
is,
just completely blew out everything on the fucking
let's
microphone.
just end with this. You're George, I'm Buke. Yesterday's
No,
Saints, Jay's
you
here.
you are Adam. I
Adam.
am the devil.
Right on.
Talk to me.
I'm hungry, man. You got anything to eat?
gotta go to work.
Yeah, we have to go. I gotta go to a fucking
gotta go, you
retirement
gotta
party.
work.
Have you tasted the
Let's
seed?
go. Come on, George, end it.
I haven't. Do you have any?
Oh
can
my
I try
God.
some?
This is
No,
for
but
the-
if you come to my side.
Oh.
Well,
Jay has
I-
a record release tonight.
I was told- I was told I shouldn't eat this.
gay porn right now?
This is what Jay. This is what Jay. This is what George watches.
Okay.
I'm Albert, and you want to see my?
I really hope this all gets cut out.
Oh no, this is all going in there. All right.
All right, we're going to introduce the song again. Jay,
Yeah.
you have the honors.
All right, man. We are going to send you all home today with a little Yesterday's Saints recursion.
See ya.
Angawa.
Peace.